Hey everybody, welcome to the CAF update. It's Thursday night here in Central Florida, and we've got a good show for you. Not a lot, not heavy on the guest side, but we've got a Page I Love segment to show off. I've got my own weekly flip at last. I've finally filmed that weekly flip of my published X-Men art, and I have to apologize. Mailchimp was having issues today, and they were backlogged. Our mailing didn't go out until, I think maybe an hour and a half ago. So apologies for that, but it was out of our control. But it did get out there. So we got that. Newell will be coming on. He'll be doing the guest picks and hanging out for the CAF update portion of it. I think Mr. Snork he's having some fun somewhere in Wisconsin, I believe. So I'm hoping he's having a great evening, having a night off. But yeah, we got a few other things to go over, but lots of it good. Some stuff on the schedule that just popped up that I found out about. Some shows that will be coming up in August. Of course, we have IC3 in less than a week. Well, not less than a week, less than a week and a half. What are we at? It's the 11th. We're at the 2nd, so it's 9 days away. So we got some prep work there. I guess I'm going to be going in on Friday with Kazra and Matt Sardo, and we're going to get everything set up over there for the show on Saturday. Gwen's going to be joining me, so that'll be fun. She'll be doing whatever we need her to do. And maybe she'll be doing a little drawing at the drink and draw herself, which would be fun. Maybe I can get Emma to do something as well, since they're budding indie artists themselves. But yeah, welcome to the show. I saw Mr. Redjack, as always, is here early, and Brian is welcoming you all here. So everybody, high five Brian for doing that. I had some emails with Brian that I still have to get back to, but he has some pretty cool artwork coming up that he's going to be posting into his CAF gallery soon. He was showing it to me earlier, which is always cool. Who else we got in here other than Brian early? Tom, always welcoming everybody. Thank you for doing that. #1 Marvel fan, and Agent X710. You got to update your that handle, man. But we got he's always greeting us as well. But who was I? Here's the funny thing. When I was filming my weekly flip, who has to text me right in the middle of it but Alberto? I left it in there. Maybe I'll go back and redo it. But Alberto was texting me, so I'm getting these pings throughout it. But we had a few. Well, I didn't answer all your questions, Alberto. But yeah, Anthony's got a new guy in there, and we all can't wait for Rich to come back. That is all I have to say. Anthony had his guy uploading artwork today, and somehow he was managing to not upload the art image with the records that he was adding. So his images were coming up broken, in our feed and on the app. And, it was, I went back and told him to fix it, which he did fix. But in the interim, it was a little dicey there. But hey, it's part of the whole network that we run here at CAF with the dealer network. And sometimes you have no control over what those dealers do during the day, right? Who else we got in here? My goodness, Peter Rowe. We got Mr. Easy Go Lucky, as always. Everybody, it's all good. So what are we going to do first? I thought we could cover some CAF related stuff. We talked last week about the premium subs being increased from $75 to $120. That's going to happen on the 19th of the month. And so anybody who wants to add an additional year, if I actually, a lot of people who expire in late July and August, I was seeing renewals come in during the week. So smart. That's what you got to do, because again, the price will be increased to $120 on the 19th of this month. But with the 2-week window that we have now, a little bit more than that, you have plenty of opportunity to upgrade early. And if you just recently renewed, May is a big renewal cycle for us because of Comic Art Live. You can add an extra year at the $75. All of that, take advantage of it while you can, because after the 19th, the price will increase, and it will be a regular sub kind of subscription model where it will auto renew for you once you're under the new plan. Anybody who ends up having like a year and a half on their plan, when you come back to renew that, in 2027 at the end of the year, or even in 2028, you'll be using the new sub form that sets you to be able to auto renew yourself every year. Set it, forget it, and you never have to think about it again. So with that in mind, though, I thought it'd be good to go over some of the things that premium members do get that I still know a lot of people don't take advantage of, and we could do better. We've talked about it internally, how we can get keywords out there for Art Scout, and also the CAF keywords, because there are 2 separate sets of keywords that we allow you to manage within the system. So I figured we could spend 5 or 10 minutes, and I can just give everybody an overview, a reminder of how all that stuff works. And that'll be good for everybody, especially if you've never used them before. Carl Choi, congrats on your Barry Windsor Smith. See you in the chat. I think your piece is like one of the number one, or I think it's the number one viewed item in the last 24 hours. So getting a lot of love from the CAF community, as should be expected. If you have to sell half your collection to pick up a piece of art, it's a challenging thing to set yourself to, but you did it and you got a great piece of art. It's probably one of, outside of some of those cover images, it's probably one of the most memorable images from the run. So yeah, congrats, way to go, Carl. That is a good one. And as Derek reminds us, the triple X coral. Yes, where's Mr. DeTulio for that? Boy, everybody's chatting up a lot here. Rich Cirillo says, premium members get a meet and greet with Bill when he visits your town. Is that going to be an add-on, Rich Cirillo? We don't have any plans for that, but that's a nice idea. I'm happy to meet anybody in any town as long as they're an art collector and want to hang out, whether they're premium or not. But premium people should get to go to the front of the line, I guess. But either way, see, Alberto says there's two sets of keywords. If you're being serious, Alberto, I'm going to be angry with you. But if you're not, and I'm sure there are some people that don't know about it, we're gonna cover that. We're gonna cover that at the start of the show, so everybody knows how to use them. Because one set of keywords is only available to premium members, and that's the CAF premium member keywords. The Art Scout keywords are available to everyone, but of course, there's differing ways the keywords work for the Art Scout keywords work for a non-premium person versus a premium member. So we'll do our best to go over all that. So and answer any of your questions while we do that. Alberto is a tech guy. Doesn't mean he's smart. Hey, you never know. There's some things out there. Some things are a little bit harder to find than others. But oh boy, man. Everybody's after one another in the chat here to get things started. That's good. I'm glad. My camera's a little bumpy down here, isn't it? There we go. That's a little bit better. But I had to move a bunch of stuff around to film my weekly flip because inside the house the girls are making too much noise and we didn't have a clear space for me to put my portfolio down, so I had to do it in here on a small table, which wasn't the best spot to film it from, as you'll see, but it was okay. So let's go into this. Why don't we talk about we'll talk about the premium keywords first, because clearly Alberto knows nothing about them, and we should inform him and help him understand how CAF keywords work, because they've been around the longest. When premium membership started 21 years ago, again, why did they start early on? People wanted to donate money to CAF and stuff, and I didn't want to take donations. We were only a couple years in, and all of the thinking of CAF as anything but a hobby fun site for me was just kind of out of the question. But when people wanted to start giving me money, we said premium memberships, we got to come up with a plan and some tools and utilities that make CAF better for the people who want to support the site. So 21 years ago, we came up with the idea of a CAF keyword kind of platform. And as many people know, up until the redesign, it wasn't the best interface. You had basically 100 keyword fields to put your keywords into, and again, it was clunky. It worked, but now it's nice and modern. But where are they and how do they work? Let's load up the CAF site here for everybody to take a look at it. So underneath your menu, there is a premium services tab, and I guess one day we could do a couple different sets on the premium services that are in there and what you get and how they work. But in the first column, there's a profile, dashboard prefs. There is a email alert delivery schedule. Now, unlike what you see here with me, which is kind of small, isn't it? But at any rate, I get an email every hour, because that's my way of knowing that every email goes out every hour. I'm last in the list for every premium CAF keyword alert that goes out, and they go out at the top of the hour. And as a premium member, we let you pick 2 delivery times. And again, there's no advantage either way, but before we had Art Scout, because for sale artwork is integrated into it, people probably did a lot of finessing to try to figure out what was the optimal time to have a delivery of your CAF premium keyword alert. And who knows what that would be? It would be probably 1 in the afternoon and then late in the evening, depending on, like, do you like art reps? You might go earlier in the day. If it's maybe Anthony and Berkey and Albert or something, you'd probably be going after dinner into the evening, or maybe even early in the morning, depending on if who you like the to get alerts from the most. But now it probably doesn't matter as much. But you can pick 2 times. You can get this alert 2 times, and what the alert spans is a 24-hour window from that delivery time. So if you pick noon, it's going to be noon from yesterday until noon today, and the email will go out to you at right at 12 o'clock. And what does it cover? It covers 3 areas of, well, really covers 4 things. It isolates artwork added to a gallery that is not for sale. So this kind of allows you to keep on top of artwork that's added to CAF that you're going to be interested in. If you love Herb Trimpe Hulk, you're going to put a keyword in for Trimpe Hulk. And what that'll do, though, with that one keyword is it's going to show you everything that was uploaded to a gallery that isn't for sale and it's in a collector's collection. If a collector added a piece of art to their classifieds, if a for sale artwork was added, and that would be from the web crawler or our dealer network of like 34, 35 websites. And then the fourth one was eBay. So we broke eBay out of the for sale thing. So for that one Herb Trimpe keyword, you would get 4 sets of results. And I'll show you a preview of that too. So let me at least go and let you see how it works. So from the CAF keyword page today, you go in and you just enter in your keywords. And I was looking at mine. All the beta testing I've done, I haven't really paid attention to what my keywords are. I don't have X-Men in here, and I don't even have Willingham in here. So shame on me for that. But if you just type the keyword in that you want and then hit enter, and it will add the keyword into the list. And so what'll happen is every hour that you have your schedule set, you'll get an email that'll break down all of the pieces that match those keywords. It very, very useful. And really up until Art Scout was created essentially it was developed in late 2019 and then really rolled out in earnest in January of 2020. But so these keywords though will fill all that, and it looks very similar. This one does say your saved searches. It probably should say your premium saved searches. We probably could have a better name, but it is only accessible through the premium services page. So the other thing, and before I show you what an email looks like, is that we also include if a watched gallery that you're following updated itself, and then every artwork that watched gallery has added in the last 24 hours. So the premium CAF keyword email alert really covers everything on CAF, whether it's for sale, whether it's in a gallery, whether it's somebody you're following. And that's what makes it really unique and very beneficial. It was very much like a digest. It sort of complemented what your dashboard was, which allows you to do similar things, but in a more narrower way, right? You can only store what is it, 5 keywords on the dashboard. Otherwise 100 keywords would just make the dashboard useless. But this thing really supplemented that and gave you a lot access to stuff that you would maybe normally miss if you weren't going to CAF and spending all your time there like some of you do. But here I do have a screen I can show you. I'm using my laptop over here and my desktop over here. But let's see, I can show you that when the mailing comes in. There you go. It's not too blurry. It breaks down the let's see, I got this one right here. There we go. All right, so email comes in. This one was my 8 p.m. email. So I thought I'd grab something current because you guys might see stuff in here that if you're following the site today, you would have seen what happened. So I have Adam Hughes as a keyword. You can see I only got 1 hit on eBay in that 24-hour window. But if we look at Batman, and I threw Batman in there not because I'm a fan of Batman, but because Batman gets a lot of hits, right? So we have a member gallery pieces section. We have a classified result for a Matt Wagner cover quality Batman Dark Knight illustration in Tariq's CAF gallery. We certainly had a lot of artwork added to the dealer database, something from Anthony, some stuff from Heritage, Tatiana. We have eBay results. And so, those 4 sets for that one, came in for that one Batman keyword. And so, a lot of people will put in really generic keywords like, and I have no idea why big and book are in here. Shows you I was testing things out. Beast, that is not, again, those are tests, everybody, not for my own enjoyment. John Buscema, I've got cover in here. But so for stuff like cover, you can see, that's like a really useful keyword. If you love looking at covers, you can see all the member gallery cover artworks that were added. The classified pieces added, things that are for sale by, it really should be just more by seller because it doesn't include only dealers, it's auction houses as well and galleries, and then eBay. Now, I know you're looking at this and saying, "Oh, it's, there's no images. It's not really, what I want." But before I'll show you the thing, because we do have an image preview here. But at the bottom of the list, this is where anybody's watched gallery. And look, you can see Alberto. He added a cover to Captain America 12 today. This shows you any artwork added by any gallery that you're watching. So incredibly useful, because again, I'm not on the site every single minute of every single hour, so I don't see half of these. Derek Crabb added one, but like you can see, I'm following Gary Land. He added 5 things, right? Yeah. So you really have the opportunity to literally not miss a single thing added to anybody that you're following. And so that save searches for premium members is incredibly useful. There's 100 keywords that you can set for it. And I'm following over 500 calf calories, so I'm probably slowing down the thing, so it's good that I'm last in the list. But if you're watching 500 galleries as well, you're going to get an update that's going to include every single thing that was added to for all those people. So very, very useful. Look at that, Alberto. That would be next week, Alberto, for something you added today. Click on I saw what. Yeah, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that in a minute, James. So anyway, so this is what the email looks like. No image preview, straight up, just all text. Because this would be a massive email for some people who have a lot of keywords. And so it wouldn't be good for your email to get that much, but many images in it. But right at the top, you can see it says click here to view this image, or this email with previews. And let me close this and go back over to here. And over here. So if you click that link, it takes you back to CAF and gives you the exact same list, but now with a preview. So again, if you have a smaller list, this is easy. But if for somebody who just wants to, this is like your own personal dashboard into CAF at this point, because it does the exact same thing. Breaks it down by my one Adam Hughes. Here's Batman. I've got my member gallery stuff up first. I've got my classified piece here, the Matt Wagner cover quality Batman image that we just read and from the email. Any art pieces that were added. We know the stuff from Anthony that he dropped last night that didn't sell versus the pieces that are now added for Heritage. There's my beast. Look at that. Mark Bagley, Greg Adams Avengers page. That's and both these, well, one's for sale at Heritage, the other one's an eBay auction. Both added to our inventory today. And where was that? I know that I know that Live Laugh Legion. There it is, right there, right? That's the one everybody wanted to see. That's been shared quite a bit on the site. I did get a ping earlier in the morning about that. But again, point being is that we give it to you in text in your email. You have easy access to then look at all the image previews for all of the artwork added to CAF in that same window. So my cover section is rather deep, as you can see. What are we all laughing about? But anyway, so this is, I use this. I don't look at every email since I get 24 of them every day, but I do go to the preview page at least once or twice a day to see what was added. And, I mean, it is a very good resource. It's different than the dashboard. And, I can kind of show you the differences or similarities there. But as a tool, it is what it is. And so a piece will come up twice when it matches different keywords. Like it matched one for cover, but then of course, here's the same image. We just saw it. Now it's a match for Cyclops. So yeah, I don't know. We won't show that one tonight. But I know that if it had been shown last week, Newell probably would have found a way to get it into his 10 picks this time around. But it is funny. And you have to look at the aux image on it to see the post-it note extra drawing that accompanied that piece, because it just made it all the more humorous, right? It's not going to be the CAF Live thumbnail for next week. I can assure you that. So that's the CAF keywords. As I have outlined, it is under the premium services. Click that. It's here, CAF keyword searches. I'm only using 28 of 100 keywords. I can enter 72 more. My Willingham and my X-Men are now added in there, thank goodness. I won't be missing out on that anymore. I have no idea why. I'm going to take out some of these. I mean, I have no idea why the word book is in there. Book, little, little man. I think Maureen was in here messing around one day when she was upset with me. I have no idea. Little man, Bell, for Julie Bell. Yeah, that's probably why I put that in there. Hillary Barta, Angel. Who am I missing in here? I got elementals in there at least. Either way, that's where you can set up your premium CAF keywords. and set up your delivery times from that other, that same page. Very useful. Now, Art Scout. Art Scout has, well, once everything rolls out on the 19th, we'll have 100 keywords there as well. Right now they're at 50. More than likely, as we're going through stuff, it'll probably get turned on around the 18th, but we'll send out an announcement for everybody when we go from 50 to 100 keywords. Now, Art Scout is technically available to both premium and non-premium members, and and because it's available to both, we put Art Scout keywords into the menu itself, so you don't have to go to premium services and dive into it. Art Scout keywords are heck, the third menu item in your admin set. And as you can see here, I've maxed out my 50 keywords. Are they all relevant to me at the moment? Probably not, but I filled it up because we were doing a lot of testing with when we hit the limits. So I wanted to make sure I had 50 keywords in there. But uh, Peter wants to have more additional images. That is a request. I don't, and the funny thing is I know some people get around it. I don't really know how, but I know we have a limit of 6 aux images, and I've always meant to go and look at it and see how people get around it, and if we really needed to have that 6 image uh, maximum on it. So I'll make a note of it because I do always I think about it and then it's not written down. I forget to go back and really examine it. Anyway, Art Scout keywords. This is the program that's been in place for. I mean, again, it was end of 2019, so I guess we're really around 5.5 years. But what it did was we have a dealer network of 35 sites. We're crawling more than at least as of today, like 120 sites. But the real critical thing here is that the 35 sites that we host, we have access to their data in real time. It updates our for sale database in real time. And so, it occurred to us that it would be beneficial to be pushing out real-time alerts on pieces of art from the dealer network and we host. I mean, it's an incredible marketing platform for the people who choose to partner with us and work with us on it. And like I think I mentioned last week, we have another dealer slash rep that we're working with right now that we'll be adding to it, and we hope to work with more in the future because there isn't a marketing opportunity quite like this, whether you're the seller or the person buying it, because literally when Anthony's dropping his stuff this afternoon, whether it had an image or not, you were getting an alert for it within 5 minutes of it being dropped, because we run the cycle every 5 minutes. We don't it's not like it happens and it's instantaneous. So within that 5-minute window, you can have 3 or 4 pieces get added to your the email that goes out, and we do send out an email for that when we send out the Art Scout emails. And actually, whoops, here, I was going to leave that on there. I am going to show you what a Art Scout keyword alert looks like, because I did save a screen here on the laptop again. Let's see, here we go, share that one. Okay, yeah, there we go. So let me go ahead and remove this and add that. So every 5 minutes, we do a scan against all of your Art Scout keywords and look at the for sale table and look for matches. So, these things are really literally monitoring the whole dealer network at any given time. I chose to pick a alert from today at 3 o'clock because it had multiple hits on the keyword for cover for me. And Comic Con Art was doing an art drop of some Jorge Jimenez artwork. And so this is not going to be able to show you like multiple keywords, but you get the idea. Basically, it goes out, scans, looks for any matching keyword to your currently 50 keyword set. After post change, it will be 100 keywords. So you get a list of all of these. And I mean, I don't even know if Comic Con Art is aware that we're doing this kind of marketing work for them. But the thing is, I can tell you that a lot of the dealers come back and say, man, things are selling so fast these days. Well, guess what? This is why. When you're a part of our network, when you're a premium member utilizing the Art Scout keywords, you are getting real-time alerts for the artwork that's being dropped on all of the dealer websites that we host. And as you know, we host really, I mean, almost all of the major art dealers and reps in the U.S. And I think we're starting to get interest from international, outfits as well. So get my cut, says James. There's, you never know, man. At the end of the day, first build a great service and then figure out, how to monetize it. I think that's how a lot of businesses work. But clearly, there's a lot of value there for everybody, and that's why, when you look at the premium membership, I mean, this is incredible. This is, even at the rate that we're changing premium memberships to, it's cheaper than the other service that's out there that does the same thing and not as well at the end of the day, because of our access to the data. Just so you know, the dealer network that we host, we don't provide that data to the competition for 8 hours. So they don't. It might even be 12 hours. I can't even remember. I have to go back and look. It's a while. So if you're not a premium member utilizing the Art Scout keywords, and you're using another service, you're not seeing it. And that's just that's the truth of it. We worked it out. We've worked with the other services. We provide them data feeds of all of the sites we host, and we've done that since they came about. There's this notion that we don't work with outside services, but that's ridiculous, because we've done it from the very beginning, and provided them with feeds that were easily digestible, that they could use so that their platforms would run right. But again, the advantage to ArtScout is it's real time with the sellers and sites that we host, and we host a lot. And I can show you the list as well, and I will do that in a minute, because we've really, up until the redesign, we didn't have a page on CAF that actually told you who do we work with, and who works with us. I mean, because there's dealers and reps that utilize the CAF classifieds, so effectively we host their business because they don't update their websites or even have a website. So those sites are also under our umbrella as well. Let's see. I can't read all the things being said in here. Pisano says, that way I get the same piece several times. I don't know if you mean in one Art Scout alert. The only way that would happen is if you have like I showed in the example, Cyclops cover, X-Men, and if that keyword is in matching all three of those keyword, if the art has those three keywords in it, yeah, we're going to send it to you 3 times. Could we make it smarter and only show it for one? I guess, but at the end of the day, it is matching 3 of your keywords if it crosses over like that. Certain creators or sellers from the wantlist searches. You can do that, Michael Cross. I guess we should show you that as well. That's a feature that was only part of the app when it rolled out, but it is part of the website too. So you can manage it from both places, and it's one of the features I tend to forget about. But Michael Cross asking about the ability to filter out sellers from the searches. Okay, well, we will show that too. Talking about Berkey Real Estate. I have no idea, Alberto, about it, but we can talk about that another time. Anyway, let's take a look at what I wanted to show you. So back to Art Scout. So you saw how to get to the Art Scout keywords. Here's where it's all managed. Michael Cross was asking about excluding sellers from their results, and that is actually done. I'm trying to remember. I know the way I always get to it is if I'm doing a seller search. We have the ability to get in there and kind of muck around with some stuff. But one of the this is another feature that the Art Scout keyword lets you do that really hasn't been talked about or promoted. When you're in the art for sale section, it defaults to the last 30 days of data, and that's pretty. We kind of felt like when you're browsing initially, that's probably all you're most interested in, the most recent stuff that are being dropped. And you can miss a few days, so a 30-day window was pretty good. But if you hit the filter button and it expands it, and if you just click the apply keywords, this is actually going to apply your Art Scout keywords to the result set. So effectively, I can leave the keyword search blank and only search on with those set, and it brings back results just matching your Art Scout keywords. So again, you can do all your searches separately, but you can also at the end of the day just do that. And so if your Art Scout keywords are accurate and the way you want them, then you're just saving yourself time, especially if you kind of go in and set it for like a small, you know, 6 hours, 24 hours, leave that set, you know, search it. It's just going to come back and like you're bringing back only 78 results for the last day that are matching my keywords. So that's, you know, my Art Scout keywords. So that, to me, it's really useful. And but the default setting is a 30-day wide open view of art for sale. Let's see. So okay, excluding sellers. Right now it says you could be excluding sellers. I'm not. And to go ahead and exclude sellers, you would just go ahead and click this link right here. We have an exclusion list. Essentially going to it, as you saw, I had nobody excluded. So everybody in this whole list is set. I'm getting, from any of the sites we crawl or any of the sites that we host, I haven't excluded a single person from my result set. And again, this does apply to the Art Scout alerts that go out. It applies to your searches within the seller for sale section that we were just in. So when you set this, you know, let's see, if I kick out, who would I kick out of here? Who do I not care that I would get results from? I like everybody. I can't kick anybody out. You know, Quan Chang, you know, I'm going to take Quan out for the day. And artist, I won't take Dexter Vines out. I'll take Tony Daniels' website out. Art galleries, I'll leave Haven in there for now. I'll take eBay out. eBay's got a lot of results. Again, if you don't want to get eBay results, you don't have to. So just set those up, update the sellers, and I can return to my search. And I've excluded, you know, now it lets you know you're excluding 3 sellers. It didn't actually impact my results because kicking those out, it did not remove any of the results that I had. I still have 78, which is what I had before. But that's your control over whose artwork you see in your alerts and when you're searching the site. And we'll always just throw that reminder out there. Hey, buddy, you're excluding 3 sellers. Just so you know, if you're wondering why you're not seeing that thing that somebody just told you dropped on Anthony Snyder's site, and it turns out you're excluding him, well, that, you know, it's your own fault. But we're trying to remind you that you are excluding those sellers. And I think we used to, okay, I was gonna say, I knew we highlighted it. Yeah, so when you're excluding sellers and you go back to the list, we do highlight it, so it's very clear which sellers you've kicked out of the list, and just to make it more, you know, obvious. And we break it down. It's by US in the front, international at the bottom. So we just kind of separated that. You know, and it probably wouldn't even be bad. We actually categorize them by country code. It might make sense, at least in the international section, to have flags for those to make it a little more easy to follow. We have an option to exclude pieces listed for sale. I mean, Alberto, down to the piece level, you want to exclude pieces of art. Well, you know, in the thing you were just describing, if somebody adds it back a week later, it'll still come back as something different. So I don't think we're going to put something down that allows you to do that. Something that might be cool would be, I guess maybe to save bookmark items for sale. That would be cool. But boy, would we be doing sellers a huge favor by going to that length, wouldn't we? But I get it. But excluding a piece, absolutely not. Saving a piece one day, that, you know, that kind of makes sense. But again, when we get to that level of servicing the sites we host and the you know, the sites we crawl and extending things to that level, I mean, that would be pretty cool. You can never say all items must have a price. Number one Marvel fan, that just can't work with anything. Oh, with no price. No, I don't. You know, I don't think we would probably ever do that. I don't think we don't, and we don't allow you to like save searches by price range, that sort of thing, Alberto. It's all wide open. But the only way I think we would ever do something like that would be if you could pick price ranges. So if something didn't match as a number, it wouldn't be in there. But no, I don't really foresee adding that to the alerts. You know, certainly in the searches, you can sort by price range, and then anything that isn't a number is going to end up being at the bottom of the list anyway. I'm unfortunately not reading what most people are writing at the moment, but let's see. Michael Cross says, good to know. There's just some artists that have a ton of pieces posted constantly for certain characters I search that I know I'm not interested in. Yeah. So if if the artist is a site we crawl, you can or host, you can exclude them and then not see any results from them. Yeah, Marcus. I mean that was always like. I mean, you know this, Marcus, as well as anybody. I mean, if we could probably count the most popular things asked of us to do on CAF in the last 20 years, and that would be one of them. And now you have it. And it's actually been available since November through the app. It's just after the redesign in March that you could use the website and do the same thing. Any chance to filter out art by art type, Derek? Probably not, because I mean, I know I see what you're saying. You want to be able to pick multiples more than exclude in your search. Is that what you're asking? Uh, the trick there on art for sale, Derek, is the fact that while we've normalized the data for the dealers whose sites we've built, we've made them have the exact same art type drop menu that CAF utilizes. It's slick, it's perfect, it's everything you'd want. Because we crawl so many sites, art type isn't a data point that we can capture. At this point, when we're crawling over like 150, 170 websites, and we only have 35 of our own, art type is really, it just boils it down to a keyword search. We can't have a filter by art type. It would almost become like a negative keyword or something, and I don't see how we would implement that well. If everybody was hosted on our platform, we could do it. 20 years of fleeting. Yeah, it did, but it's there. So what else here? I'm trying to look through. I still can't embed YouTube videos in my description. Yeah, Marcus, we stopped letting people write their own HTML in the description. We are looking to modify the editor in your art descriptions. Absolutely. We started looking into it last week, actually, because we know not just like the YouTube video stuff, but some other things. But we had to stop allowing people to write their own HTML in text fields, because my goodness, I can't tell you the amount of bad HTML that's been written over the years that is almost unfixable. So the 23 years of allowing people to kind of write their own bold tags and p tags and embed whatever they wanted proved to be hazardous, in a mobile friendly world. Because mobile friendly is effectively, while it's a great framework, it is delicate. You don't close a p tag, things start to fall apart really fast. And I can only say that we had many people who wrote really bad HTML. I can't tell you. I won't name names. Most of them, a couple auction houses were high on the list of that wrote really poor HTML in their art descriptions. But um, uh, yeah, we are looking into the ability to link out to that. It's also security risk at the end of the day. I mean, in theory, somebody could write links to malicious websites, all that kind of stuff, which can still happen, but it gets a little bit more sanitized and cleaned with the WYSIWYG editor in place. Quirls is on the list, Alberto. Just a question of getting it. We're wrapping up. It's going to still take another week or two to finish the setting up the stockpile of crawls that we have. But before we move on to the next big project, I think there's like two things that I have on Maureen's list. One is to re-implement Quirls, and I won't say what the other one is yet. So, but yes, on the list to bring them back. Sidar has no rights here, Marcus. All right, so let's see. I got excluded sellers that we crawl. We've got how to manage your Art Scout keywords. I've shown you an Art Scout example on how that works. And what was the other thing? I know, didn't we just bring up one other thing? Somebody remind me what that other thing was, because I forgot it. Oh, dashboard. I was going to just I guess show off what a reminder on just how to handle some of the features that are on your dashboard. Because the dashboards, to me, if you're not using the app, it's probably, well, it's a popular feature if you know how to use it. And you only are allowed to have 5 keywords on your dashboard, but it, for one, like here, it has a feed for your watched galleries. So you can look over here and see that in my watch list, I have Hoarder's Hide. We got Yiv, we got Matt Moore, Ilya, and Tariq are my last 5 watched galleries that have added new artwork. So going to your dashboard, the first thing in your dashboard is to see new artwork that was added to the people whose galleries you watch. So what do we got? We got Hoarders Hide, we got Yiv, we got Matt Moore, we have Ilya, and Tariq. I've been meaning to tell Tariq loads up his art for sale or his pieces in not work safe galleries. So we gotta fix that. And now that I see this, I haven't seen this before. We're actually using a new graphic for this, so we didn't update it. But either way, so you have Tariq here, and then who's next to my list that you can't see? Alberto and his Captain America 12 cover by Valerio Schiti. So there you go, Alberto. We got your piece of art on screen. So again, the benefit, you can, as a non-premium member, you can watch 10 galleries. As a premium member, you can watch unlimited galleries. And so the dashboard and your access to this is slick. Now you can, because you can go through it here. We can also get to the same list by going to the view all here. But this is one way. So this is part of your dashboard. The classifieds, this is against keywords that you set up. I have an Adam Hughes, I have Batman in here, so I get lots of results. I have John Byrne. So you can see, this will show you your art for sale that matches your keywords. I get dealer updates for the same set of keywords. Who added a Tomb Raider? Brit Comics Art, good old Joseph. He added a Adam Hughes Tomb Raider pinup in the last 7 days to his website. Batman, we get lots of art for sale results over on eBay. We get our results there. You can choose to include the news in your dashboard or exclude it. So we give you a quick, easy drop into that. But management for the dashboard is kind of simple and straightforward. You can go in here and set up what sections you want to get, and you can have up to 5 keywords set for your dashboard to give you a preview of it, and save your changes when you're done, and you're all set to go. But you can kick out from those keyword sections, like, I don't know why, probably I was beta testing, I was excluding member artwork from my keyword section. I'm less interested in eBay auctions and dealer for sale. I just want to see classifieds, member artwork that match my 5 keywords, and away I go. I didn't turn on, or I'd left out the most commented and viewed art from the intro, so I can add that back in, save it. One of the other things that you can do that a lot of people don't know about is that if you set this right here, it says, would you like to replace the CAF homepage with your dashboard? So if you don't want to go to the CAF homepage and look at the content there, as a premium member, you can set it up so that every time you go to comicartfans.com, your dashboard loads versus the homepage to CAF. It has gotten fancy, but I'm not going to set that to my homepage because I do like going to the homepage. But so yeah, I've already saved my changes, and if I go back to the dashboard, I'm going to now have the most popular artwork from the day because I added that in there. And as you can see, I had excluded from my my set the gallery pieces results, and now I'm getting the gallery piece results as well. Anything that matches the 5 keywords, and then the classifieds. So that's how that works. And then we did change the links in here for your watched versus all. If you just want to go and look at artwork added to the galleries you watch, again, I'm watching about 500 CAF galleries. I get 423 results from those CAF galleries. Click in the view all. It just shows everything by artwork. And if you want, you can flip it around and just look at by the gallery themselves. So you can see the same list here. Top 5 are there. You can just kind of scroll through and see if any of your buddies have added anything to their CAF gallery, when, and hop into it. I mean, what did Steve Crow add this week? I'm sure it was another good one. Punisher 6 page from 1988. David Ross pencils, Kevin Nolan inks. So oh yeah, that's even kind of cool right there. Look at that. How does he find these pages? Marvel Premiere, Ron Wilson, Joe Sinnott. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. Oh man. Anyway, Crow finds all the good art. So there we go. That was what I wanted to cover today with regards. It's already 45 minutes, but there's a lot there, and I did make some notes. Aux images I'll look into, and just a reminder of myself for the Quirrells and Kratchum. Yeah, Wonder Man and his safari jacket never looked so good, did he? I mean, that's an awesome page. I don't know how does Crow do this? Where was this thing for sale? I'm telling you, he has a secret, either has a secret stash of art, or he just knows all of the black hole collectors, and they're all willing to sell him their most obscure and interesting artworks. Oh, number one Marvel fan was offered it, and he passed. So all right, live and learn. Um, oh, Jason had that for sale in Cal, did he? Oh, well, shoot. See, I missed that. Okay, well, there we go. Lots of stuff covered, and but yeah, clearly, if you run into anything that doesn't make sense or could maybe work a little bit better, let me know. We're always open to improving some of this stuff, and we know the cool thing is, it's been mentioned. We're not an AI development company. Everything is done homegrown. I mean, so the thing is, the great thing there is, if we can dream it up, we can make it. There's like literally nothing that we can't do because everything we've done has been built by hand. Now, that's counterintuitive to the modern age, but we're very adept at what we've done. We work in a very finite space where, comic art, how much, it's not the most major data set in the world, but with ideas and things, the great thing there is, pretty much if we can come up with a concept, there's not a whole lot we can't do. Uh, I have never used AI once for a meme, Marcus, not once. So now that's we know that Dino and Dan did dabbled in a little AI, but I have actually never ever used a AI for a meme. And and you see what they could do. Gosh, that would make things so much easier. But I'd rather cut Anthony's head out and have it bobble around on top of something, and do that all by hand than use AI to do it. So same goes with our coding. We don't use AI, Claude, or any of those other services to mess around with. So used on the show. I just said, yeah, Dino and Dan did use a little AI on their show, but I have never used AI. I've actually never once even typed a prompt into ChatGPT ever. So yeah, you've been accused of using AI, Marcus, with all the with all of the amazing amounts of stuff. That's not nice to say about you, and it's certainly not nice to say about me. I've never done it. So anyway, right, exactly, Alberto. We'd all rather chop Anthony's head off. That's the way we do it. That is the way we do it. All right. What do we got next here? I got my weekly flip. All right, we'll show this. It is interrupted by Alberto, but I didn't break. I kept filming. I didn't answer the phone. I was using my phone to film it, and Alberto be danged, I did not. He did interrupt it, so I may end up having to re-record it, maybe under better lighting, because the lighting I used, there's a little bit of glare on the portfolio on the right hand side. I apologize. It's as good as I can. It's as good as I can get it. So, all right, here it is. So this is the weekly flip of my published X-Men art, Itoya. It's not everything I had, but it's like my favorite pieces. And as everybody knows, we during the app development, I think our developer Andy accidentally deleted my published X-Men folder. 20 years of history down the toilet, because delete really means delete around here. And I put a few pieces back, but not everything. So, and I wanted to hold it back because I felt like I got to do a flip. You guys have all done flips, so it's my turn to do one as well. So hopefully, after you see this, I'm going to have time the next 3 days over the holiday to post some of these artworks into my CAF gallery. Please go view them. Hit refresh a few times to get my views back up a little bit, but not so much that it gets me into a list. But I lost a lot. Lost a lot of comments. So comment. Feel free to comment. Even if you commented on a piece before, throw another one on there for me. But here, let's take a look at the flip, and I'll be back with you in about 8 minutes. All right, here we go. We've got an Anthony portfolio. one of the many free ones he gave out to so many folks during the pandemic. Dueling Dealers. What's it got? It has my X-Men published art collection in it. So let's take a look. I don't think this is everything, but it's probably most of it. We get things started off with a Werner Roth X-Men 33 page. You get Scott and Jean. You got the first appearance of Outcast. You got Juggernaut's Behind. You got the X-Men helicopter, which I bet many of you didn't even know they had. Then, what else we got? We have a X-Men 46 page by Werner Roth. Once again, the Death of Professor X issue. Everybody in mourning. And, oh, who shows up at the end? You never know. Then, my most expensive purchase ever, Uncanny X-Men 150 by Dave Cockrum. And just one of my all-time favorite pages. You get the Star Wars reference there with Kitty pretending to use her powers to raise the jet out of the water. It turns out it's Colossus, and of course you get a shirtless Cyclops. He's pretty popular these days. And then we have a X-Men Annual number 4 page. This one's John Romita Jr. and Bob McLeod inks. You get Nightcrawler and Storm all over this one, along with a lot of the undead. They're in like the Netherworld. Doctor Strange was involved in that issue. Then we have X-Men 177, pencils by John Romita Jr., inks by John Romita Sr. You get a very great Mystique and Rogue battle under the big top. And this is my only published Paul Smith page. It's from X-Men Alpha Flight, issue 1, page 1. And you can see the plane is actually a stat, but the clouds are duo shade. I don't know, did Paul Smith do that, or did Mr. Wyacek do that? I don't know. But then you have, the sky. It's all done by hand. That's probably, well, it could be Paul's hand. You never know. Then over here we have a very nice Rick Leonardi, Terry Austin, Uncanny X-Men 237 page. It's Wolverine fighting in a bar. Very nice top panel here. Then James Siegel, Eat Your Heart Out. I don't think this one's going to ever leave my collection, but it's Mark Silvestri from issue 240. You get Colossus in his underwear, in his metal form, drawing. And who's he drawing? He has this wonderful nude in front of him. Anyway, great stuff going on here. You get Longshot as well, and Dazzler, if I'm not mistaken. And I forget who else is in this one. But it's a great page. Really great page. And it's mine. Then I have a Will Spertasio X-Men 285 page. You get Storm all over that one. She's, of course, unconscious throughout, but it is what it is. Then a Uncanny X-Men 396 page. This is actually my first published page ever purchased. I got it off of eBay and picked it up from a retailer at Pittsburgh Comic-Con back in like 2001. So Ian Churchill on that one. Then this is a Dave Cockrum duo shade artwork that was used for Bizarre Adventures 27. Everybody knows I love that issue. These, for both characters, they were kind of homages to his character design sheets that he had done. But these are done on duo shade. They're fantastic, and I love this thing to pieces. It's on, so it's a heavy board, and can't get any better than that. And of course, everybody knows I got that recent, my first purchase to an interior, John Buscema page from that one. Now, what we got in front of us here are two Mark. Ben did these. Frank Quitely, no Mark involved. No. And this one is the end page to New X-Men 115, bought for $40. $40 off of Spencer Beck's website, because Scott Hanna did the inks on this one, and nobody knew that Frank Quitely was going to be a hit. And so I got this one as the end page, and then this was a gift from my good friend Mikhail, the title page to issue 136 from New X-Men. Then, I can hear the boos and hisses right now. You have an Ethan Van Sciver, New X-Men 123. And who's pinging me? Alberto. Anyway, thanks, Alberto. This is from New X-Men 123, page 5. And, it is what it is. I really liked the work that Ethan was doing at the time. It's unfortunate that he had to put his foot in his mouth and, tell me I suck during a live stream. But either way, I still love that page. Then I've got a Lionel Yu. This is a splash page. I love it. You get the three heroes dropping into battle and then squaring off the fight here. That's from X-Men 102. I've got an Excalibur page, issue 23, page 27 from Alan Davis. That's fun. It's a very nice one. Probably the only one I get because I didn't really read Excalibur, but I got a great page from it. Then we have a Sal Buscema Joe Sinnott Rom 32 page, which has, of course, Rogue and Mystique and Destiny, and even Scarlet Witch is in there in that round panel right there, rounded corner panel, flashback scene right there. You get Scarlet Witch, but a great battle page here with the Dire Wraith and Rom in the first panel. I love this story. Then I had to throw a Dazzler page in here. This is from Dazzler issue 9 from 1981. Frank Springer, Vince Colletta. And what's cool about this, outside of the fact that it's a early Dazzler page, you get Claw in it. Look at that. Claw. Look, it's like the Claw had his own containment system. I have no idea what was going on there. I haven't read that book in ages. But either way, love that page. There's a Mike Allred X-Force 126 page. I get asked about this one a lot. Such a great run on this storyline with X-Force and then Ecstatics. But everybody loves this top panel. Great team shot. You get Dupe. A couple more here. This is, I guess I'll turn this one sideways. Haven't shown this one off before. It's from Captain America, speaking of Alberto, from issue 173. It's pages 16 and 17. This is back when Marvel was trying to save money, and they would have the artist draw 2 pages on one board because they got paid by the board. So you got Cyclops battling Captain America and Bucky without their costumes. So, hey, this would cost me a lot more if it had them in costume, and I probably would never own it. Then over here, we have the page 31 from issue 1, X-Men Brood from The Amazing. Ryan Hitch. Look at that panel right there. For all you Cyclops fans, eat your heart out. And a couple color guides. I'm not afraid of buying a color guide every once in a while, especially when you get the first appearance of freaking Jean Grey as the Phoenix. So, yes, from issue 101. And then this is the title page to issue 122. Very memorable issue with Colossus. So you have to remember that cover. Same image you got right here. I got the cover image. So both of these are cover images. Holy shoot. Okay. Didn't even think about that. Very happy to have both those in my collection. Then what do we got here? Last 2 pieces. An X Factor title page from issue 47 by Jan Duursma. And then I have here a Mark Silvestri Wolverine 45 page with Jubilee in it. And Wolverine's out hunting. There's panels here that were stats. I think like this whole sequence where he was going across the building tops. There was a lot of stats used in that sequence. But yeah, there you go. That's the end of my flip. I actually have a few other published pages, but this is all I'm showing you tonight. Thank you. Later. There you go. Now I can get posting on CAF. I think I've scanned everything. I did that like 6 months ago when I planned to do the flip originally, and then I never did it. So I'm going to start uploading stuff to CAF. But yeah, it is. It was fun getting to look through that stuff. You don't pull out. I don't know about many of you, but I don't look at the artwork I own often enough. Like I don't think I've looked at the published folder for 8 months. So it's always great to go through it and remind yourself why you got into the hobby in the first place and what you love about it. I mean, I feel really lucky to own those pieces. And it was funny, I didn't ever realize looking at the 2 color guides that they were the cover images, from those 2 books. Even though clearly they are, it's just never registered. I bought them because they were just really damn cool. So, yeah, I mean it's funny. I'm not a very I don't really think a lot about the pieces I purchase. If I like the art, I tend to just buy it. But there's always something, right, internal that clicks and it drives you to pick up a certain piece versus others. And at some point it all just sort of makes sense. So I'm go back and look at your collections and find the meaning, the hidden meaning in it all. But I did. I actually opened up I have a little cabinet over here where I keep all the iToyas. So there were a couple that I moved to the top of the stack, so I will look at them over this weekend. No, Marcus, I'm not selling any of those pieces. I've made my mistake already. I won't do that again. But the flip is a good reminder. If you ever want to do one, they're clearly you just hold your phone over your stuff, just light it well, a little better than I did, and I will be happy to like send you a link to a Google Drive, send it in, and we'll show off your weekly flip. Number one Marvel fan, I think was Tom. You did the last one for us that we showed. There was a Hembeck sketch card flip. I mean, so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You got a good portfolio, whether it's all on CAF already or not. We get to hear you talk about the pieces, and it's always fun. And please, Bill at Comic Art Fans is my email address. Just send me an email. We'll get it all set up and run it. NSN Art. Well, there's only so many times you can look at good preacher pages after good preacher pages after good preacher pages, Michael. But you should do one, man. You should do one. You can like take a blank one and just set up something, set up a narrative for your flip, and surprise us. You could do it. It would be worthwhile. I think we've done about, and we've been doing flips since the channel started. So I think we're only up to like we called it a weekly flip, and I think we're on like flip 55 or something like that. So not a weekly track record, but an average of once every 5 weeks. But please send them in. James Siegel says he's going to get his buddy Brent to send a Bud Root flip. That would be interesting. Uh, Marcus wants to see all the Cenacine art. Yeah, okay. So, but yeah, we never did no art flips for art for sale. That would be our the only criteria. But show off good stuff, good stories. Same reason we do interviews, and I'm always happy to do those. And we haven't had a Cribs video in a while either. So we've had, in the past, we've had some people kind of show off how they hang the artwork in their workspace or in their office or whatever. And that's always fun too. But that's a little bit more invasive. So I don't always push that, but it is fun if you have a cool space to where you display your artwork. It wouldn't be terrible to see that. Jeff Singh did an amazing walkthrough when he was at his prior house, and I know that's up on the CAF Plus channel. So that would be one that if you ever wanted to see somebody who had an amazing way to put more artwork on their walls than you thought was possible. Jeff Singh's layout in his prior house was ridiculous and truly impressive. So yeah, if I had the maybe when I'm showing the next little video clip here, I'll try to find that and put the link in the chat for everybody. Yeah, James has done a few flips in the past, so he's due. That would be fine. Larry Welsh show. No, Marcus, we don't have anything planned. Let's see. I'll do one for Rom and Defender soon. That'd be awesome, Tom. I would like to see that. Where I was looking at something. What was I can't remember where it was, but there was some site I was on. Maybe I was looking at the current heritage auction today, and there's some. It's funny. I start looking at artwork and I think that's a page for Tom. That's a page for Alberto. James Siegel would love that swimsuit page. Um, I don't run out and then inform you that they're there, but it's funny. I mean, once you start to know what your friends like to collect, and you start seeing art, that's if the piece doesn't immediately interest you, you think next to your close friends in the hobby and how they might benefit from knowing these things are out there. Let's see. Collectors Network should buy them. Marcus. No, there is a piece of chicken artwork that we're going to be looking at later, though, in the heritage picks. I will say that it's surprising. I've probably been seeing chicken artwork all along, and now that I see it, I can't unsee it, and so I have to highlight it when we come across it. So to keep the show moving along, I do have a page I love segment from artist and comic creator Craig Thompson. He what was it? I did it last week, and then we didn't have time to show it, so I didn't play it. I know that he looks at an indie book, and he's kind of an indie creator himself, and so he kind of takes a kind of a different perspective on this piece of art and dives into it deeply. But it was interesting, and I guess with IC3 right on the verge of being a reality in Jacksonville on the 11th of July. it's probably not a bad time. Blankets, yes. And what's the current one, Marcus? I know he's going to mention, what his current thing is, but I agree, Mark. Craig is one hell of a storyteller. But we'll give a listen to this, and after that, we'll do the schedule and we'll bring Newell on and get on with this calf update. So here you go, Page I Love with Mr.
Hello, everyone. This is Kevin Sharp. Welcome back to A Page I Love. I'm joined today by cartoonist Craig Thompson, the creator of one of my all-time favorite graphic novels titled Blankets, along with Habibi and his newest book, Ginseng Roots, which we will come back to at the end. Craig, awesome to have you here, and I'm so glad we could work it out.
Same, Kevin. Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
So we've had some deep cut picks from guests on the show so far. There are deep cuts, and then there are deep cuts. Will you please let the viewers know what your choice was and how you came to this choice?
Somehow I saw that coming because I watched the episode with Taki Soma
Yeah.
where he does a Jason page, and I love Jason, the Norwegian cartoonist, and you referenced that as a deep cut. And I was like, oh, I guess what I've picked is going to fall into the same category. Maybe it's a deep cut for mainstream readers, but I think in indie comics, this book is a little bit of a Bible. So it's a book that came out 30 years ago, Dylan Horrocks' Hicksville. So I've had 30 years for this book to simmer within me. It's always a book I reference as like one of my favorites. It's a book that like inspires me about comics, about the untapped potential of the comics medium.
Would you have found this on the stands back in 96? How did this come to you?
Yeah, so I during high school I didn't read comics. I kind of fell out of love with comics for that period of my life. I was really interested in drawing still, and animation was kind of pursuing a future career in animation, and became disillusioned with that for maybe the obvious reasons, or maybe not so obvious. I was working class kid. I didn't know how I would go to art school. And I realized that the animation industry was just hundreds, maybe thousands of people that would work on a project. And I wanted something with like more creative control and autonomy. And that's when I circled back around to the comic book medium. But when I was a kid, I was reading the mainstream superhero stuff. And then in the 90s, I started reading, indie comics, black and white comics of the 90s, whether that's, the Hernandez brothers or Daniel Klaus. But then even, as you say, deeper cuts like Dylan Horrocks. So it was serialized as a comic book called Pickle, published by a Canadian publisher named Black Eye Books. This comic is partly what inspired me to make comics myself.
And you had a local comic store where this kind of material was available to you at that time?
Yeah, I was living actually, I was still living with my parents in rural Wisconsin, but I went on a road trip to Minneapolis, which is where I am right this moment. It's a 3-hour drive away, the closest big city. And I went with my high school girlfriend and found like a record store and/or comic shop that had this amazing collection of mini comics, zines, and like indie comics. And I just plundered the rack, and Pickle was one of the books I brought home.
Well, why don't we dive into the page? There's a kind of a lot to chew on here, even though a viewer might look at the page and say not a lot, quote unquote, happens as far as events on the page.
Yeah. I realize it's not the most visually arresting page. And I don't want the reader to like judge Dylan Horrocks' artwork based on this page alone. There's actually like much more interesting, visually interesting pages leading up to this one. But this one I like because of the writing and because of the ideas embedded in the writing. I think that's why it stuck with me. I mean, if there's a central protagonist in this book, it's a comics journalist like yourself. His name is Leonard Batts, and he's writing a biography on this super mainstream, like superstar cartoonist name of Dick Berger, who could be analogous to Frank Miller or Todd McFarlane. He's like a superstar. And to complete the biography, he has to go back to the origins of this artist in a very, very tiny rural town in New Zealand. And this town is a typical small town in the way that everybody knows each other. It's a very atypical small town in the sense that everybody there knows and reads comics. And so Leonard might be the main protagonist in which we're following the story, but my favorite character is Grace, who's kind of at the center of this page. Well, literally at the center of this page. And she's like one of the people in town who actually doesn't seem to like comics or know anything about comics. We find out later that she has a very complicated history with them. But she's a botanist, so her obsession is plants. And in this scene, she's acting as a translator for another cartoonist interviewing a very aged master of comics, this guy Emil Copen. And Emil Copen, this old man cartoonist, was apprenticed as a cartographer, a map maker. So the leading question to this page is, what is the purpose of a map? So in panel 1, Emil says, maps are of two kinds. Some seek to represent the location of things in space. That is the first kind, the geography of space. But others represent the location of things in time, or perhaps their progression through time. These maps tell stories, which is to say they are the geography of time. And I kind of like that as a description of comics. You know, you're sort of mapping through space and time. That's the setup. And it leads to the second panel, which is like zooming in on this guy's artwork, very kind of abstract, brushy work. And Grace asks him, and you make the second kind? Third panel, he says, in a sense, yes. But these days I've begun to feel that stories too are basically concerned with spatial relationships, the proximity of bodies. Time is simply what interferes with that. Yes. And then that fourth panel is just Grace right there in the middle. Fifth panel, Emil says, you are near me like a bright flame. That is more important than why or how you are here. And again, this is like a conversation from like an old wizened cartoonist who is starting to sort of evolve and reevaluate his motivation for storytelling. Because in the next panel, he says, the things we crave are either near us or far, whereas time is about process. I have lived many years and I have learned not to trust process. That's a weird line. I don't exactly know what that means. One of the reasons I chose this page is because I don't know what it means, and that's why I like it. He says, creation, destruction, these are not the real story. When we dwell on such things, we inevitably lapse into cliché. The true drama is in these relationships of space. And then finally it ends with Grace saying, but a flame, even a touch, these are processes, not things. I'd agree with her. What do you mean process isn't important? I thought process was the most important aspect of art. And Emil says, but behind such processes, there is stillness, a stillness. Again, I think he's talking about comics too. Comics are not an actual kinetic form. You know, cinema, TV, video, it's a visual form that just washes over us, and we're a passive consumer. It's very hard to keep a foothold in different scenes or time in the same way you can in comics. In comics, you can literally have these huge leaps in time and space, panel to panel. It's the reader that makes that leap and that connection. It's very active, non-passive for both the author, but maybe even more for the reader. So I think that's what he's talking about. It's the stillness of those frames, and then the reader activates the narrative. In that quiet, the border, the panel border, exists spatial relationships which transcend time. Dylan Horrocks made this book in the 90s. It was published as a book in 1996. I think that's when this idea of the graphic novel was just first getting some momentum. And this idea that, if we put comics in this format, we can have more far-reaching literary ambitions. Here we are 30 years later, and we have tons of graphic novels. But I still think we feel sort of bound within the confines of the marketplace and commerce and our human limitations. And that's what resonates in this book, this sort of feeling that there's still an untapped potential in the medium. There's still an untapped potential in us as artists. This book really makes me believe in that reality.
What's your approach as an artist yourself to a page like this where it's dialogue heavy,
Hmm.
as far as two characters having a conversation, and you might have a lot you're trying to get through in the balloons?
That's a great question. I would probably break it down into 3 pages, though, or at least two, maybe two, because I don't like a lot of text on the page. I think Dylan can get away with it though, because the artwork is fairly simple here. And now that you bring it up, this might be like the most text-heavy page, certainly in this issue, and most idea-heavy. Uh, but yes, I generally I would pull back and make this a two-pager, in terms of the density of text.
Let's jump to your work now. Speaking of how you would approach something, please tell the viewers about Ginseng Roots and anything else you'd like them to know and where to find more of your work.
Okay, Ginseng Roots is my most recent book. That's hard to measure how much time I spent, but there was a decade between my last 2 books, Space Dumplings and Ginseng Roots. So at least 6 of those 10 years were actively full-time working on Ginseng Roots, which is a book about growing up working in ginseng cultivation. So 10 years of my childhood, ages 10 to 20, I spent working on ginseng farms. Ginseng is this medicinal herb prized in Chinese medicine. Many people don't know that it's indigenous to North America, but in fact, it's the cornerstone of the trade relationship between China and the United States. Before we were even a country, French Jesuit priests were exporting North American ginseng to China in 1709. And it's also what we used to pay off our debts to France for funding the revolution. We sent our first ship to China in 1782, loaded up with ginseng. Maybe the US would not be a country without ginseng, but certainly I would not be a cartoonist because ginseng was my first job. I started working 40 hours a week in the summer when I was 10 years old, and I got paid $1 an hour to pick weeds and harvest roots in the ginseng. And in my little kid brain, that translated to 1 comic book an hour. And that's what fueled my young obsession with comic books. And it was a working class family. There wasn't that kind of disposable income floating around. So without ginseng work, I don't know if I would be a cartoonist today. So this book is kind of a reflection on all those things. It's about my relationship with this work, with the plant, with work ethic in general, with globalization, trade relationship between China and US, which keeps getting more and more complicated. It's about social class divide, the way agriculture is changing, the way the military, industrial, agricultural, pharmaceutical complex are all connected. But maybe most of all, it's about searching for a sense of home, roots, belonging. And now that I say it out loud, that kind of circles back to the themes in Hicksville and Dylan Horrocks' Hicksville, because the 3 main characters in this book are all doing the same thing. They're kind of going back to where they came from, and wrestling with their identity and what they grew from.
Well, for those who are maybe not familiar with Craig's work, I can recommend Ginseng Roots as well as any of the other books. There is a reason there's a long gap between them, is because there's a level of craft. I hope you're open for compliments here, Craig. There's a level of craft and detail and just an elevated final product that you don't often find in mainstream books that are made to hit a publication schedule, whereas somebody who can take and refine and refine and refine like a Michelangelo on your own schedule, I think it reflects in the work. That's one person's opinion, but anyway, highly recommend to any of the viewers right now who are maybe not as familiar with our guest's work.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Very nice of you.
Really appreciate you taking the time, Craig.
Thank you. Thank you so much again, Kevin. Have a great one out there.
There you go. Thank you, Kevin, for another Page I Love segment. It was fun, informative. We got dramatic reading in that, which we don't usually get from a Page I Love segment. So that was unique. So Marcus says Blankets is a sit and read in one go. I've actually not read Blankets. I know you're not surprised, Marcus, but I always have heard such good things about it that I've always been intrigued. I should just buy it. But I don't. I'll pick it up. I'll definitely pick it up. That's not a plea to have somebody buy it for me either, Marcus. I will get my own. Actually, I went on a trade buying spree the other day. I was on Amazon and I saw one thing that I'd been wanting to read, picked that up, and then I picked up like 4 other trades while I was there. So yeah, I'm trying to find time to pick up a book and read it again. So anyway, all right. And I did remember that one other thing when we were talking about the Art Scout keywords and stuff. The one thing that I wanted to show you was the dealers who we work with, so that you're familiar with why essentially their stuff gets pushed out in advance of anything else we do, and why within the 5-minute alert window you get your Art Scout keywords immediately to the artworks you want to buy. So some of these are classifieds. Like the first one on the list is Kirk Dilbeck's 3 Wishes. I mean, Kirk's been using CAF, I think, for at least 18 years as a rep. He's never had his own website, and he only posts the CAF. So when his inventory goes in the classifieds, if you're a premium member utilizing Art Scout keywords, you get alerted immediately. 4C Comics, Albert Moy, Anthony, Art Droids, my good friend Rufus Dayglow in the UK, whom I've never gotten to meet, but I swear to God, one day I'm going to meet him. Morgar with Big Wow, we still host his site as well. Brick Comics Art with Joseph, Scott's Catskill Comics. Had a really good talk with him at Heroes about some sales shows we might be doing. So I'm looking forward to, hopefully, should follow up with him. Chiaroscuro Studios. I mean, they have their own website. I don't know if they use it. If you look at their mailing list, they only announce that they're dropping artwork on CAF. So they have over, I don't even want to say what they have, I think, because I don't even know if they're premium at the moment, but they have literally like 6,000 pieces of art on CAF, most of it for sale. And so they only use CAF. So Art Scout, perfect tool to make sure that you're updated when they do their art drops. Comic Art House, Comic Con Art, Cool Lines Art, haha, Dave Carlin. Dave is he utilizes his CAF Gallery for art selling. His website, we used to host his website, but he turned that off about a year and a half ago, and now only uses CAF Classified. So we still have his stuff. All of Felix got superpowers, graphic collectibles, higher consciousness collectibles, Jade Giant, Koch Comic Art, Quan Chang. Next Comic Art, Nick Katratis. Nick has not been active in a while. Ever since he became like a grandfather ×4, he's not updating his site like he used to. But we host his website. NSN Art, Michael in the chat. Panel page art with Glenn. RGL Art, which is Gary Land, Berkey's Ramita Man, Scott Eater, Shasta Phoenix, Splash Page, Tatiana, and Will's Comic Art page. And there's more, because I started building the list, and I was like, I just can't go through every classified unique seller that utilizes CAF only, but that we could include sites like Enrizzo, because Nicholas has been really using CAF of late, and Scott's Collectibles has been using CAF a lot more. So again, these the reps and agents and art sellers that are utilizing CAF as part of their promotion and marketing tools, you're getting the full advantage of Art Scout with them as well. So what was it? Scott Eater needs to come on for another interview show. No, I love Scott. I do. Scott's a good guy. I've known him for a very, 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 very long time. He almost convinced me to build an MMA website with him 20 years ago, but I think I ran out of time. I was doing too many projects back then. But I know he was in the MMA, and he was into some mixed martial arts himself. So Inky Knuckles. Nope, fortunately, you know what? We've actually never worked with anybody who's kind of fallen down that path, where they've whatever. We never worked with Cadence. We never worked with Inky Knuckles. So yeah, that's it is what it is. But those are the sites primarily that we work with, though. It's not a comprehensive list. Maybe this weekend I'll go through and pull out a few more classified owners and list them on there. But yeah, there will be one new one. We actually got the site design all done. Now it's just a matter of that individual getting their site populated, so that we can turn them on and integrate them, and maybe bring them on here to announce the fact that we're now hosting their site, and working with them more closely, because it's somebody everybody knows, and I think you'll be happy. I know you'll be happy. What about the restoration guys? Don't work with any of the restoration guys other than sending leads out there, but I only send stuff primarily to Alexandra still. Um, I'm debating the if you guys look at my John Buscema Bizarre Adventures page, it could stand to be to have a little bit of work done on it. So I may or may not take that to Alexandra to have her um, because it's got a little bit of it's definitely got some mold issues and it's a pretty tanned page. I actually don't mind the tanning on it, but whenever you see a lot of little like spots on it, that's mold in the paper. And it's taken a long time. Like that page is 35 years old. So it's whatever that mold's had a lot of time to kind of get in there, and it's slow growing. But in another 35 years, they might not be little spots. So when you see stuff like that on your artwork, you do need to find someone who's, Marcus said, restorer. This would be more of a conservator, someone who can handle some conservation work. Yeah, definitely. So look at those old pages of yours. If you see spots on it, and I know James Siegel had Alexandra do a piece that was warped and, so it had water damage, it had mold in it, and she flattened it out. She didn't really clean it to where, to make it white. Most of the tanning and things stayed there. She prefers to kind of keep the pages looking rather natural when she does work on stuff. But she did a great job on that piece, and I know James was very happy, and James just confirmed it. Yeah, master mold. That's right, Robert. Maybe you leave the mold on that page if you owned one of those. Yeah. Let's see what else we missing. But anyways, but if anybody wants it, what is it? It's Von Hawk. I always forget her domain name. James will remember. Von Hawk Labs or something like that. Von Hawk Labs. I don't think that's right, or else it would have popped up. No, I'll find it. At any rate, her name's Alexandra Von Hawk. Oh, look, it's right there. Von Hawk or Von used to Von Arc. Okay. Is this it? There we go. Von Hawk Labs. I don't know why it didn't work. Okay, but yeah, that's her domain name. So if you're interested in someone who can handle conservation related work, she's good. I've taken some stuff to her. There was some mystery sketches that came in from one of the reps, and the artist, they were really good, and I wouldn't have done this otherwise. But they came in, and they were the person did a lot of ink wash on it, and the paper was too thin. So I contacted the rep, and I'm like, this artist does too good of work to be working on this thin base. I mean, you gotta get him to get something heavier. But I didn't want to have him redo it, so I took the pieces to Alexandra with one other piece that I was having her do some work on. So she did it for free, but she flattened them out, and there was actually like some puckering in the paper. It was that the paper was that thin that they painted on, and they ended up looking perfect. I sent them to the buyer, and I sent them like the pictures of what they look like before I had Alexandra do the work, so I could say, that this is how they look, but they look great. If you really feel there's a problem with it, let me know, but there wasn't anything, and they were very happy with the pieces. So, yeah. But if anybody has any questions about her work, I'm always happy to answer it, because she's a nice lady. Just probably never able to get her to OAX. Hey, to each their own. No, Marcus, it wasn't it wasn't typing paper. It was actually like art paper, but it wasn't like illustration, like what a board that we're used to. It was bizarre. I couldn't believe the amount of warping that they got in this for something that didn't have a lot of tonal work in it. I don't know if it's just the way the artist worked on the page, because the only thing that had any art that had any tonal work was on the figures themselves. Nothing, no background. So but literally you would see the paper, like on a leg, you would see the paper had raised in an oval shape. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't want to put the pieces and show it off so people would know what these pieces look like before they came in. But again, Alexandra did a great job, and yeah, it was maybe close to parchment. You couldn't see through it. It was thick enough that you could not see through the paper, but I've never seen anything like it before. So Okay, we can get on to the schedule, and we'll get Newell in here. So let's see, where is my slide for the schedule? Well, I mean, we might as well. Well, good reminder here because we still have all the slides from IC3. IC3, July 11th. It's going to be a good time. There's things happening pre and post show. So this is there's going to be an awesome night at, I think they're called the Jumbo Shrimp. It's a minor league baseball team in Jacksonville. I'm very disappointed. I'm not going to be there for Thursday night. I'm a huge baseball fan, but I can't get there till Friday morning. So I'm missing the Thursday night event. It's a cosplay event, Marcus. I know you'd be happy about that. But look at that logo. I'm gonna have Kazra take pictures of all the merch that they have there. You know, whether it's a ball cap or a T-shirt, and I'm making him buy me something because the Jumbo Shrimps sound a pretty fun team to me. It's not banana baseball, but I'm sure it's going to be a good time. And then Friday night we have a drink and draw. That's going to be fun. I'll be getting there for that. I know that Gwen will be with me for that. So for those of you going to IC3 and you haven't had a chance to meet Gwen, she'll be hanging out. Maybe we'll get her to draw a little bit as well. And then the show itself is on Saturday, and the after party begins at 8 o'clock, and that's at it's a place called Hoptinger. That's they've got food and sausages, so it's going to be fun. Good all around party time. I don't know when Newell gets there, but he'll let us know in a few minutes when we get him on there. But of note, our own Dan Goodwin did the poster art for the IC3 at Jacksonville show. So if you haven't seen that before, or gotten to feast your eyes on Dan's comics, he's going to be set up at the show. He's I think everything on his latest book as well as this poster is 100% traditional. It's freaking amazing. I've gotten to see it. We've done some Zoom calls over the last month, and I've gotten to see his stuff, and it's amazing. Hopefully I imagine he'll be sketching, but I don't know if he's going to bring any published artwork for sale. But we'll find out. Maybe he will, or maybe he won't. But this is great, and we're really happy that Dan can do this. You know, he represents everything that we espouse as it relates to the indie scene, and we want to do everything we can do to encourage and grow that scene and raise awareness for those creators. And we thank Dan for doing this. But yeah, we even printed up some custom sketch cards for the drink and draw, and the things that we'll probably be handing out to some of the artists that are at the show. So we've got new IC3 at Jacksonville sketch cards, and those are on the standard size, but we also have these 5x5s that we'll definitely be using at the drink and draw. And we're printing T-shirts too. So there'll be some IC3 straight T-shirts that I was reviewing proofs of today. So we'll have those available as well. Some for giveaways, I think some for purchase during the show. And of course, we have the first Dan T Award. There's been some announcements about that already. The website will be updated either later tonight or first thing in the morning with some more information from that. But we're really excited to be working with with everybody who wanted to be a part of the Dan T Award, and we've got a great advisory group, and thanks to Kazra for pulling it all together to make this thing happen. And let's see here. So schedule-wise, I got my little calendar here. It's missing quite a bit, but it is as succinct as it needs to be for the next few weeks here. Next Monday, I will have our good friend Joe on from Heritage. We'll be doing a preview of the upcoming signature auction, which is next weekend. I think it's the 9th through the 11th. No, 9th through, it must be the 8th through the, I can't remember, 8th through the 12th. They actually sent me an email today that, you know how they've been doing those like the modern era and the pre-modern era on Sunday. Apparently they're switching things up, maybe because this set doesn't this signature auction I think only has it's under 700 lots. So what they decided to do is on Sunday they're going to do the modern section is going to be the 90s and up, and I think it's going to start earlier at 3 o'clock, but we'll cover that when Joe's on there. On Tuesday we'll have artists Agnes Garbowska, Megan Hutchison, Adriana Mello, and Dan Chicade doing some live sketching on the X-Men Giant Size Hero Initiative books. I think I've got a couple of those that'll be coming in here, but they'll be doing remarks on them, and we'll be auctioning those pieces off as part of that show. And just kind of talking about the Hero Initiative and the good things that they do. As a PBC, we want to do everything we can to promote any institution out there that is helping creators, especially in with the Hero Initiative, helping creators in need. So we haven't done well, they're part of our art auction they benefit from that, but having them on the show will be fun. And other than Megan, we haven't had any of those other artists on before, so that'll be a good time. Then let's see, after IC3, the Wednesday show is actually going to be hosted by my daughter Gwen. They're going to be doing animation and animation art themed sales show. Jiggy's going to have his artists do 24 pieces, and both Tatiana and Mr. DeTulio will be bringing 12 pieces each. They're going to lean into animation cells, but I know that knowing Matt, he's got some adjacent artwork that he's going to bring, so that'll be fun. Gwen's excited about it. I think we're going to try to work up some new memes for the show, and I'm excited to be. I'll be like producer Bill, sitting in the back watching her do her thing. We've got San Diego just around the corner. We got a Hakes preview after that. A Gabriel Hardman art sale is in August, and let's see, and what else? I know there was another note. Oh, I was talking with Jordan Joanno. So he actually wants to do an art drop in August. And let's see here. What else? Can't remember. There was another thing in August, but I don't see it written down in my notes. So there we go. That is all we got for the schedule. So I see Newell in the green room. I did tell him to come on when we had the slide up here. So Newell, he looks ready. And there was actually something that one of his fans put together, but we'll bring him on and we'll let him listen to that. Actually something. Hey, whoa. Hey, I'm his fans put together, but we'll bring him on and we'll let him listen to that. Something. I'm muting Newell's microphone. He's turning it off. There we go. We'll see. But a good friend of his made an intro song for him, just like we have for Snorik. So when he gives me the thumbs up.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. Sorry. It was going through my headphones, which I'm not wearing.
Aha. So welcome back, Newell. I'm glad.
Boy.
Oh, boy. Exactly. I'm glad that Snork reached out. I didn't know he wasn't able to make it last week, but
he asked me in the chat last week during the show.
Oh, that's how he did it?
Yeah. You were talking and he was like, and I was like, so yeah.
Okay. I don't pay close enough attention to the chat like I should.
You ignore us. It's okay.
I don't mean to. Maybe I'm not the best multitasker. I guess that's probably what it comes down to.
I understand. I get it.
All right. Well, hey, I have to, after your last appearance, somebody sent me a audio clip, and I don't think we'll listen to it all because I think it's literally like 3.5 minutes long. But
it's long.
So you've heard it.
I think it got sent to you and me at the same time.
Ah, okay.
Originally.
Well, this is so you should do this on your channel. You should play this as like the intro or maybe it's the outro for you. But here, let's see here. I did load it into. There we go. This is it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Up from the depths where the pressure crush your bones. Walter Newell rising up through all the ocean zones. Captured Nemo first, then let his boy go free. Loyal to the ocean, that's the code of Stingray G. There's another Stingray and he's from another toe.
Funny thing is, this sounds like him.
Junior, professor,
it does.
They call him Newell T. But to his pals, they call him Stingray G.
Unbelievable. See, you could cut it off right there.
Yeah.
That would be all the intro or outro you need. I don't even think I listen to the whole thing.
Go Stingray, go Stingray, go Stingray, go Stingray.
Oh boy,
angry.
Yeah, I can picture the intro animation.
Go Stingray, go! I made another funny.
Well, there you have it. That's a small segment from the. Yes, thank you. We'll just say thank you, Derek, for
Professor professed his love of Stingray, and we love it.
He did. Now he just needs to have some music made to some of his favorite characters.
There you go.
We'll see where that takes him. So we're gonna see you at IC3, right?
Absolutely.
When do you get in?
Like Friday afternoon, 3 or 4, I think, is when my flight gets in, somewhere in there. So I'll be at the drink and draw, watching artists do their thing and drinking and encouraging, and because I don't draw.
Oh, I was gonna say we could pass you at least one of those sketch cards.
Oh, I'm sure I could get one if I asked, but nobody wants that.
Okay. All right. That's well, I'm gonna probably try to do one, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but you went to art school.
I did, but I was a sculptor, so it's, maybe I
Oh,
could
that's
make some
true.
origami out of it and then draw on that. I don't know. We'll see, but I'll come up with something. I can
Yeah.
make it happen.
I believe in you.
Yeah. So anything else? Are you getting new artwork lately? Anything that you've unboxed? That,
It's funny because I got a package in today and I opened it. I was going to do a video, and then it was the wrong artwork.
they shipped you the wrong artwork?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it's from a different issue than the one I ordered, but so it has the issue and the page number written on the back, but the page number was scratched out at one point and written over. So I think there might have been a bit of confusion. But I've already reached out, and so it's weird. The rep, I bought it through the rep's website, but then it gets mailed directly by the artist. So I contacted the rep, and he forwarded my email to the artist, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. So it just happened today, but I'm not super worried about it yet because they've already responded to me. So hopefully they can get me the right one, and I can send this one back or whatever.
Well, that I can tell you, that's my worst nightmare, shipping mystery sketches. Say they got the wrong sketch. It hasn't happened yet. That's the that's the good news. But I swear to God, I sweat it every single time. When you got like 30 packages on the bar and you're like,
oh yeah,
collating stuff for the kids, and then I leave. I'm like, I hope they screw this up.
Well, and it's really interesting because I couldn't even find the page that I received on the rep's website. So I think it might be for an issue that hasn't even come out yet.
You got the scoop on the upcoming storyline.
Maybe it's an interesting situation, but not too bad. At least not yet.
Marcus, yes, I did hear about that, and I do apologize. Essentially, somebody got a list, and I don't know, either they spammed it or it was somebody who got like 9. I did at least for the mystery sketch. I probably had like 8 sets that I sent out, just timing wise. And one of the sets that I sent out to somebody, they either spammed it or somehow they overlooked it, and they
just never got it.
No, they got it. They just didn't. Yeah, but it was after. It was almost like 3.5 weeks after. That they were like, "Oh, Bill, I just found this. I'm in trouble." I'm like, "Well, you better email everybody because I don't want, because I'm going to be getting emails soon." So I mean, that's like the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah,
But this was the biggest mystery sketch round, and I mean, and that person did get. I mean, I always sent a separate spreadsheet for 9x12s versus sketch cards. So that person literally got, I think, at least 20 spreadsheets. So I guess I should be happy that only one of them got misplaced. But anyways, Marcus, you should be getting them soon, as should the other people. But you should have been emailed if you weren't. Let's see here. Dan Goodwin says, yeah. Dan, at this rate, I'm bringing your mystery sketches to IC3, and we're all going to get to look at them together. How's that? Because I know you've been busy, and I don't think I'm going to see you until the Saturday after next. So if that's cool with you, we'll show them off there. Good, awesome. Because Dan's got some really good mystery sketches, and I've been wanting him to see so badly. So cool. Well, that'll be fun.
So, Bill, speaking of indie comics and indie books, have you read any good indie books lately?
No, I haven't.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I have. You know what I haven't done? I have not posted I took pictures of the drone earlier today. I was going to post my calf before the show, and thank you for that. And then I totally ran out of time.
Okay, I was going to say, oh, I see. But because you posted all about it on Facebook, I was like, okay, he's going to read it. Yeah.
I know. And I didn't. You're right. I didn't. I read it just like I said. I had it read
Yeah.
by the Tuesday after Heroes. It was awesome.
Awesome. Well, what'd you think?
I made Maureen read it. She thought it was pretty good too.
Really awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, well, because she actually reads more comics than I do, and
That's
so I was
shameful, Bill.
I know, and my it is what it is, but no, she really enjoyed it, and I thought it was awesome. I knew I was going to enjoy it. Sardo swore that I was going to come out smarter afterwards, and I don't know if I came out smarter, but
You did. You may not know it yet, but you did.
Don't know it. But no, I absolutely loved it, and I almost forgot. So that's why I took a picture, of the sketch in it and the book, and I was going to post it on CAF, and I totally forgot because I was so focused on trying to shoot the my whatever, my X-Men art, and I had to organize that before I got it started. So
yeah.
So yes,
well, I'm glad you liked it.
Outside of Drome, I have not read any indie comic book.
You read the one that mattered the most.
Exactly. I am expecting to pick up a lot of books when I'm there on Saturday at IC.
Oh, me too. I bought a lot of indie books at Heroes Con from all the folks at the Indie Island. I got this cool Spacow hat from our friend Jamie Jones. But I'm probably going to come away with another big stack at IC3. So looking forward to it.
Let's see. Chuck Arnold ordered an Audible book, a Frank Miller Audible book. Listen to it with your new headphones. Okay. But outside of that, I haven't read much. Like I said, I ordered a bunch of trade paperbacks, so I'm gonna be. I think they start coming in tomorrow.
Cool.
So I'll have 3, but none of it was indie. I hate to say it.
That's all right. Trade paperbacks are disposable. That's good for the mainstream stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
it's interesting. You had the Craig Thompson interview there. I had never read his work until last year at Heroes. He was there, and I was talking to Micah from Comic Connect, and he went over at one point to go get in Craig's line to get him to sign something. And I just followed him because we were talking, and I was like, I've never read his work before. If I was to pick one book, which one would you recommend? And Micah told me to get Blankets. So I bought it from Craig, and then he did a little sketch in it and signed it for me. And then I came home and I read it a couple of weeks after Heroes. Wow. It was really good. Like, holy shit. It was pretty amazing.
Well, I wasn't familiar with his work at all until I got that from Kevin last week.
Oh, really?
I mean, his work is beautiful.
Oh, his cartooning is next level, and his storytelling is really great. And so Blankets was really good. I want to read like all the rest of it now, but like the Ginseng Roots one, the most recent one, that one just from the story of him working on a ginseng farm, that sounds fascinating, and I kind of want to read that one, I think, before any of the others. Just sounds cool.
Well, I have to start with Blankets, I think, is where I need to begin.
Yeah, I think that's a good one to start with.
All right. So you ready to look at some artwork?
Absolutely.
And I saw somebody was asking about the EXP. There is no EXP tomorrow. So there is no preview, and you didn't miss anything, because I got an email from Nick saying it's the holiday. They want to take they don't want you guys spending a Friday evening with them. They want you enjoying time with family. So that's the plan for that. I don't even know what that meant. Pillows? That's probably code word for something with Marcus. I never trust anything he says.
No, I think that's another Craig Thompson book.
It says pillows and blankets. All right.
Maybe he's kidding. I don't remember. It could be either. Who knows?
He didn't capitalize the P in pillows, so I'm thinking it's you never know. All right. So I do have some heritage picks for us to look at, and one of them does include a chicken, like I mentioned. So let me a chicken. Believe it or not. There was it's like they just stand out, like when I'm looking at heritage stuff and I see a fish tank and I think of Jason. Now I just see chickens all the time. There was a piece in there the week before, and then there was one in this week too. So let's see what do we got here. So I just picked some fun stuff this week. I didn't take the picks too seriously. This is an Atlas cover. I mean, so these never come up. I mean, I'm young enough that I bought Atlas comics off of a spinner rack in a drugstore, in like 70, whenever it was. I don't remember Destructor, but I don't know, you know, as a Kirby vibe to the pose
Yeah.
and the costume, and I thought that was fun. Who the artists on? Oh, Larry Lieber and Frank Giacoya. So, you know, for me, it's just it is kind of nostalgic because I remember seeing these and thinking, you know, what's Atlas? You know, you know, I see Marvel and buying Marvel comics, like mostly like Cap and Hulk when I was really young. And knowing DC and still not buying them when I was really young. But then you see this new line come out, Atlas Comics. It was the only other one on the spinner rack at the time, I think, outside of maybe some Archie books. And they were just cool, you know. I mean, just they were different. It made you like want to read them. And I remember picking them up. I definitely didn't keep them in my collection as a youth, but they were cool. So here's a cover. I've got I picked this one because the Leonardi X-Men stuff is almost you know, never comes up. And
Oh, that's a cool page.
This is a really, really nice page. I don't think it has any X-Men in it. It's got Lady Deathstrike in it, right? But the page is just gorgeous.
Who's the guy she's talking to?
I don't, you know, this is the era from when I literally stopped reading right around 250, so I don't even really remember the storylines. I went back and bought them all, but I don't know. But either way, great page. I know there are a lot of X-Men collectors that don't have Leonardi era pieces in their collection, so this one will definitely get some interest. As we saw in my flip, I have a Leonardi page, so I'm all set.
Oh, that's a good flip, by the way. Well done.
Thank you. Casada and Palmiotti, a ninja.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that one.
Isn't this great? This is so nice. I was half tempted. I'm like, maybe I should throw a bit on it. But just,
so
you know.
when Carl and Jason and I were doing our Valiant podcast and we got to Ninjak, it was like we only really need to read the first 3 issues, the ones that Casada and Palmiotti did. So I read this one.
Well, this is
Beautiful.
a great example and should do really well, I would think. I have no idea what the pages go for. It's already.
I'm watching it, but I know that, you know, people like Carl and Jason and some of the other Valiant guys are watching it, so I'll just see what it does.
Right, exactly. So here's the chicken page. It's from Gru the Wanderer. I mean, look at this. Isn't this awesome? He's riding a giant chicken, and
he appears to be choking the chicken. Yes,
he is choking the chicken. Exactly. I mean, look at this. This is freaking awesome. This belongs on my wall. But there's, while I love Gru, and I've talked about getting a Gru page, this would probably be the Gru page I should get. I mean, it's already at $360. I mean, I don't even know where the Gru pages go. So I'll probably throw a bid on it just because this would be a fun one to actually frame.
Don't be scared. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I know. Well, look at that. Isn't it good? It is a really good page.
That's a good one.
All right. If I have to, I'll try. But I have absolutely no idea what the Gru market is.
Oh, I have no clue. You know, I've never read Gru ever.
I've only read a couple issues. They're fun. Sergio is always, I mean, he's just,
they look like they would be highly entertaining.
Yes, without question. So we'll see. This one, Food of the Gods. Yeah. Okay. Robert Berman, he must know a few things. He says it'll be around 1,000. All right. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I could put 1,000 on it to see where it goes. But anyway, if it belongs anywhere, it belongs here.
That's right.
This is a George Evans page from 1948. It's from what the hell is it from? It's from Rangers Comics. So I just thought, you know, anytime I see an older piece and it's you know, I picked a lot of EC artwork over the years, so I tried not to anymore. But so when I see something that's not like straight EC and it's still from that era, I think it's just cool to see. This is a pretty clean page for being as old as it is. I mean, it's almost 80 years old.
Right, that's a fun one.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's from a horror book. I mean, that panel there with the little ghostly dogs.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. I love it, and I love the panel layout too. It's just, to me, it's like they still don't really, you know, they're experimenting still. They don't really have a great, you know, perfect understanding on how they're going to do narrative works, and you know, there were no rules. You know, Colin hadn't come around and told them they could just throw it all out the window and try something different. Then this is from a Conan graphic novel by John Severin. I really picked it from, you know, because I thought the first panel was great. There's actually 2 pages, I think, from this in the current set. The other one's almost might even be better, but I really really like this first panel.
No, that first panel's really good, and I like the last one with the skeleton too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. It's like the ones with the characters aren't as interesting as the atmosphere in the first one. And but I love this one because it's like you're on the top of the pile and you're just looking down on them. I think that alone is worth buying this page.
Oh yeah.
The Balin page. It's funny. This has it's a similar feel to the Ninjak, right? With the way they're handling the lighting, but there's a reason why Balin, Catwoman pages are in demand. I mean,
is it the whiskers?
Probably a little bit, but I just think that I mean, you look at the style. I mean, the fine line. I mean, there's just there's a quality that he brought to these comics that that I don't know, that fit the era. And hey, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a bad Balin page from Catwoman. The lips, always the lips. Yeah, that is very true.
She's got a pretty mouth.
That's right. Then we have a Stephen Fabian piece. This one's really good. There's actually one or two that I think were better than this. One of them, it just had, I know everybody would have been screaming about the haunches and stuff. But go look at the Fabian piece. It's like a harem piece, and it's really,
no, I like
really,
this
really
one.
Oh, I do too. I think anytime you have like a bard with with the sword. I mean, this is a really cool image. I don't know. I think it was just, what is it, a frontispiece and a book illustration. I think it's really wonderful as well. I mean, if I didn't have Fabian examples, I'd probably be going after this one versus like the harem one.
I didn't recognize the name honestly, but I saw there's a couple of these and they were all really nice.
Yeah, no, this is a better one. And then so the more I'm looking at it's almost like I could sell one of the ones I have because I kind of like this better than both of them.
There you go. Upgrade.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. We all recognize this image if we went to OAX.
Oh yeah.
This is the prelim to
it even says it. Yeah.
Yeah, it literally has. It's funny. I mean, I was like, duh, look at that. Dave Palumbo, Spider-Gwen. This was used for the exhibitor VIP badge, of which we literally printed exactly as many as we needed, and we could have sold them because so many people wanted to actually buy like extra ones that weren't used.
Yeah.
Live and learn. We didn't know. But I forget what the Kazra might remember what the original went for in the auction. But here's the prelim. Composition and color work is exactly the same.
I mean, it's a really nice prelim.
It is. No, I'm actually, I am going to bid on this one because I feel I didn't get any pieces that were related to the show at the auction, and I regretted that. And so this at least would be something that's at least I'll see it and I'll always remember, the badges and Palumbo doing this one. So
and how can you not just want a piece of Palumbo that's that nice?
I know. Right, I'm not even zoomed in on it, but no, Palumbo's great. He's well known for doing these prelims that are small for a lot of his cover work, and typically they're monotone. He did this one in all the same colors that were used in the finished piece, which is not normal for what work that he does. And Gwen loves Spider-Gwen, so if I don't win it, I'm gonna make sure somebody else pays. This one.
There you go, get them.
Yep, and then and it was the only OAX artwork in the auction because then it made me think, what else got put in here?
Yeah, but that's cool that they put that provenance on there, right?
Right, exactly. Then the last piece. This is a Jock from what is it? From the Losers.
Okay.
Compositionally really cool, and I feel like in the Losers books is when I first really realized I like his work a lot, and this is kind of a cool page. I mean, at the end of the day, whoever, I don't recall the character's name with the cowboy hat, but I love it. I mean, just the size of him compared to the helicopter in the background, it's just really well executed, and the heavy blacks around those two panels. I mean, I do. I like the page a lot, and I mean, I'm not going to bid on it, but I like it.
It's a good one.
And there was actually some really fun Wizard of Id strips in this set.
I missed those.
Yeah. So if you go back and look, there were some fun ones in there. That I actually stopped and read. So
Mhm.
looking through stuff. So there were some fun things in there, but nothing. There were no like big home runs. But it's funny when we look at when we look at what's sold last week. Every week there's always like one piece I swear was not in there when I reviewed it. And there's like a cover that ended up being the top sale piece in Heritage's auctions that I swear
Yeah,
was
I've noticed that happen before. Yeah,
I don't know how they do that, but you know what? I'm gonna have Joe on Monday, and I'm gonna ask him
grill
about this
grill 'em.
interesting. How does this keep happening, Joe? So speaking of that, we don't have any EXP, so we can just dive into the CAF update, take a look at what our dealer network and what our auction houses did last week. So we'll start with dealers. Dealers sold. It was a low week. They had 400,000 last week, the week before last, and last week they only did 185. So
Mhm.
everybody was slacking, and now we're rolling into a holiday weekend. So I'm not expecting much from them next week either. But Albert did break six figures. He was at $104,000. Anthony was next with 40. Felix at 23, and then Splash Page at 10. Berkey took the week off, apparently. All that relisting of artwork or whatever he was doing, I don't know, didn't help him. But let's see. We can take a look at the top 6 sales from dealers last week. I know that Gwen loaded them in here. Where are they? Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah. So what are we starting off with here? We have a Batman Hush 2 Jim Lee Scott Williams DPS from issue 163 went
And
for
that's half of the money he made for the week. Jeez.
exactly right there.
Ridiculous.
But then the next quarter that he made was this $25,000
Jeez.
issue 161 page 5 by Jim Lee and Scott Williams.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Yeah.
And where do we go from there? This Anthony's sale. This was a set. Pablo Marcus, a complete issue, 1 through 7 pages. A couple DPSs thrown in there.
What was it a complete issue of?
I'm trying to. It was something from Creepy. He actually didn't
Okay.
fill out all the details on it. Then there was this cover to Batman issue 130 by Clay Mann that went
Wow.
for 10K, sold by Felix, of course. Then Anthony, we've seen this one. He had offered this on one of the sales shows. This is by Luis Dominguez, of course,
Yep.
Journey to the Center of the Earth. Went for 7,500, and then this Creature Commandos by Mike Mignola was sold by
Wow.
Albert Moy for $7,500.
Wow, that's nice.
That was nice. Very, very nice. Now, over on the auction side of things, $318,000 was this sale total for the Wednesday Heritage auction and weekly eBay auctions. We're going to look at the top 3 from eBay and then the top 3 from Heritage. And we start off with, what do we got here? A Mark Bagley cover. This was to Amazing Spider-Man 408, and this was a legit auction. I think they started around 5,000 and they had 4 bids on it. It ended up selling for $6,300.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
Then this next one was a very nice DPS from Starman 15 by Tony Harris.
Oh, that's a great one.
It is, and it sold for a little less. It said 3,999. It sold for 3,333 with a make
Man.
offer. And then this Delotto Batman painting went for $3,250 on eBay. And then over at Heritage, you get to see this first one. I know this was not listed, or I would have picked it. Larry Lieber, Frank Giacoya, Mighty World of Marvel, 200 cover, went for $10,625. I mean, it's not like it's the greatest, but it's cool, and I would have picked this.
Conan and
this all the time.
Yeah.
This one I saw was Spider-Ham cover.
That's a great one too.
It's very nice. It went for $9,375. And then I saw this one, Phil Jimenez, Star Trek Legion of Superheroes cover, went for $6,800.
Oh wow, that one's nice.
It is. There's actually a really nice Grell. There is a Grell cover in the current Heritage auction. What was it from? It was Star Trek. I think it might be Star Trek and Legion too.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and look at it, but if you're a fan of his work, check it out. So let's see. Okay, what else we got here? That we can do picks, right?
That's why we're here.
It's why we're here. Let's see here. I got to share a different window here. Stop that screen. Start another one. Where are you? Okay, there it is. Okay, so you get to go first. You pick some different stuff. A very eclectic set here from you, Newell.
I'm excited. We got some different kind of things in here, I think.
We do. We
Different
definitely
from
do.
what
Some,
Snork would pick. Stupid Snork.
well, and different collectors that are going to get featured thanks to the picks that you did.
Yes. Yes.
This is somebody who I don't know if I'm following their gallery yet, but I will.
Yeah.
Make sure that I fix that. Let me resize the screen here.
All right. This is a good one to start with.
So Jared Cullum.
Yes.
We all know Jared now.
Yeah. So Jared is just really awesome, super talented. I love that he's, he has his Cody book that you can get pages from super cheap, super affordable. Sorry. He's doing the Kaito 84, which is the Usagi Yojimbo book, which you can get really beautiful, fully watercolor pages from that are awesome. And then he does a lot of, landscapes and things, right? That he sells fairly reasonable as well. But then this piece, I hadn't seen this one until it was posted on CAF, and I just thought that this was really cool. Very nice, like still life. I'm a coffee lover, so I appreciate the content there. And it's beautiful.
No, it totally is. I know he does a lot of plein air painting. And
did you see him at the Heroes Con Drink and Draw? He was doing a plein air. He was painting the scene of the Drink and Draw live.
No.
He was off to one side, and he had his setup where he had it on like some kind of stand, and he was just standing there painting the scene, and it was super cool to watch it happen.
Wow, that's that would have been cool to see. I hear he's a great he's a very good teacher. And so for those of you interested, I mean, I love his work, and these are cool. And I didn't see that. I wish I would have. A very grounded choice as NSN. Thank you.
I like it.
First calf beverage pick, maybe. I don't know. No, I remember we had the thing in the Sandman drinking at a bar. So, but maybe the first coffee, piece that we've ever featured on the channel. This is in the collection
of Coffee Clash.
Exactly. Vero Stewart.
Do you know who Vero Stewart is?
I don't.
So Vero Stewart is an indie artist. She is awesome. She does a lot of great work. I was introduced to her at IC3 New Haven last year by our good friend Tyler T. Vero does she has a bootleg Big Barda comic that she made. She's a huge Big Barda fan. And in that bootleg comic, Barda goes to some place and fights dinosaurs. It's a lot of fun. Sardo did his indie comic tour at Heroes Con this year, and one of the stops we made was at Vero's table. Vero also has the distinction of being the inventor of the diss track commission. She did that one for Tyler where it was a bunch of T-Rexes eating and stamping on stingrays. And then I had to fire back. I got a clapback commission from Vero where it was Stingray meets Tyler T.
Very nice.
And so, Vero did those for us. She's awesome. And she also collects a little bit of art too. And I saw the Jared Cullum piece there. Thought it was really awesome. And it was a great way to highlight Vero as well.
Well, look, it's for sale. I should contact her. It's a chicken. I'm all right. I'm going to leave.
Do you know who that chicken is?
What?
Do you know who the chicken is?
It says Dork on it, right?
Yeah, that's the chicken for the ghost chicken from Dork.
Okay. I only read the first issue of Dork. So I don't know.
Dork is a fun book.
Well, I will reach out to her after the show. If this piece is available,
awesome.
I will buy it.
Perfect.
All right. So then, another collection. I'm not a name I'm not familiar with. Morgie P from Italy. Member on the site for 14 years. But I know why. You're a big fan of Simone's work.
Yeah, I mean, I almost felt bad because we don't need, you guys don't need anybody to tell you about Simone's work. But man, holy crap, this one's good. This is like the second best Simone piece I've ever seen after the one I own. but man, the just the lighting, the dappling of the light on the surfer's body, that reflection on the bottom of the board, holy crap, man.
No, I'm with you. When I saw this one too, I was blown away. I mean, I love Simone's work too. he was just totally into this one. I
Yeah.
mean, from there isn't any spot on this board that he didn't put a lot of TLC in. I mean, I'm looking at the surfer. I mean, the colors he put in there, the sky, like you said, the bottom of the board, the reflection there. I mean, everything. He could have cut corners on any part of this, and he didn't skimp on
Mm-mm.
any part of this illustration. It is gorgeous, and I agree with you. Honestly, it's like
Yeah.
one of the best pieces I feel. And I'm not the biggest surfer fan, but I feel like
Me
this is one
either.
of the best images of the Silver Surfer I've seen in a long
Yeah,
time.
and I don't think I'd seen this one before, so I was kind of surprised when I was flipping through the week's art, and I was like, "Whoa, what is that?"
Yeah, I like the way he framed it too. You know,
Mhm.
compositionally with the white. I mean,
Yep.
it's just a really smart piece. I mean, I'd want to be looking at this if it was in my collection. It would have to be on the wall. I want to see it every day.
He's the maestro for a reason.
Yep. Yeah, without question. So this is a good one. I liked it when I went here, but Morgie, I'm gonna have to add them. See, this is why I end up watching a lot of calf galleries.
Well, and it's funny, they've been on since 2012, but they only have 13 artworks. So
Yeah, that's funny. You're right. I've been seeing a lot of that lately. People who have accounts for a while and they're just now starting to post on calf. So I think that's a good sign. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it took the redesign to encourage a few people to just like start doing some stuff.
yeah,
They
maybe.
see a little more. They see some personalization and all that, and then they decide, hey, all right, whatever it took, I'm glad they're doing it. And I've switched to dark mode, everybody, but I'd have to refresh every tab after this because every tab after this is in light mode. But here we go.
I love Dark Mode.
I know. I don't know. I have this habit of going to light mode when I'm working during the day. I don't know. It does
Keep you awake.
maybe, but dark mode is much better. So
Mhm.
so here we go. Mark Schultz. I might not have picked this piece. I mean, it's a gorgeous illustration.
I don't know Mark Schultz's work that well. I've never read any of it. I mostly know like he does a lot of dinosaur stuff, which is really cool. And so when I saw this one and I saw all the pencil work and just the lines that you can see, the marks, like this obviously the woman is beautiful, but like the lighting, the pencil marks, the shading, like this is just a beautiful piece of super well rendered all the way around, right?
It's gorgeous. I mean, it's like a travel postcard or something. It's just so well. I mean, and it's dark, right? It's a dark
Yeah.
piece. I mean, usually this isn't what you're used to. Schultz's stuff, it's always outdoors and vegetation and you
Yeah.
think about that kind of the scope and landscape and stuff with his work. So it's just cool seeing him doing a dark interior,
Mhm.
beautiful woman, ship's portal.
Yeah,
But,
and
yeah,
using
I love
the light from the window to highlight the face and a little bit of the chest, to make it a little bit provocative. It's really, really well done.
agreed.
Yeah.
G Dundee. Anyway, I love it. And who's okay? So DJ. Well, DJ always says he gets good stuff all the time. All right. What's up next? All right, refresh to get it to dark mode. Oh, here we go. And we were in whose calf gallery here? Oh, Robert Frey. And this was Michael C. Hayes. Are you familiar with Michael's work?
I wasn't until I saw this.
Okay, he is an amazing painter. I've seen him at IX
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 times.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you like this, definitely Google him. Do some
Yeah.
researching.
Well, and I
He's
keep getting
amazing.
told I need to go to IX. So
You would enjoy it, but Michael
yeah.
doesn't go every year, but
Okay.
and unfortunately his paintings were really affordable when I first met him, and I
Really?
didn't buy any. So they were going up, but really he's like a super nice guy and just incredibly talented. His stuff stands out because it's just unique. He'll work for like a Magic the Gathering and nothing feels like it's something I've seen before. So
Well, yeah. So this one is Millennia from Elden Ring. She's notoriously one of the hardest bosses in the base game. The fight is beautiful if you can make it last more than a few seconds. It's and I just saw this piece and it really just stood out to me because like I don't know, I've been noticing like video game characters in art a little bit more recently, and I got a couple for my mystery sketches this time around. And I don't know, this one just really stood out to me. It's really pretty and takes a really a boss that makes you question your life decisions and made it like into this really beautiful painting, you know?
No, I have not played the game. I have to say it, but I've always heard good things about it. But
You have to be prepared for that kind of game.
yeah, I had a feeling there wasn't going to be a lot of my.
Oh, that's it?
Well, actually, no. This is I actually got it into his CAF gallery. So
Oh.
all right. Let me see. Let me click here. Okay, now I'm just going back on it. All right, here. Let me get the search here. I clicked on his gallery room.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There we go. So here you go. So yeah, I mean, you can see this kind of stuff. He's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at that Eris. That's cool.
Yeah, I remember. I know this painting was in IBA, in the Infected by Art book we published, and but yeah, his stuff is it's just great. He's
I will have to do some research.
Yeah, no, you'll like it. And I always forget about his pencil work. It's nice. I actually like they'll have a lot of more expensive like oil paintings and stuff like that, but a lot of the artists will bring in pieces like this, like a pencil prelim, and then they'll have it framed and ready to go, and it might only be $200, but it's like,
oh wow,
they give you a good variety of pieces to pick out.
That sounds dangerous.
It is very dangerous. Yes, I have to pace myself when I go. I pay a set amount of money, and I try to walk away as many pieces as I can.
For as little as possible.
Yes, for as little as possible. So
a noble goal.
Yeah, but you like his work. And,
look whose gallery we're in now.
Get the like on here. So here, let me click here. So this was a commission too, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not the biggest X-Men fan in the world, but this piece is just too good to ignore. Nate has been doing a lot of commissions lately, and they're all really outstanding. He did one for me last year that I absolutely love, but this one just it's one of those things where Nate loves the X-Men. He's vocal about that. And, Nick knew that going in, I think. And you can see it, right?
Of course. I mean, I wasn't super familiar with Nate's work before this year. And
when?
Yeah. Well, honestly, it was around just before the first of the year when we finally, because I just wasn't familiar with his stuff.
Right.
I mean,
but now
I love it. I mean, when I saw the stuff that he brought with him and some of the commission style pieces he did while he was there, holy, I want to get something by Nate.
And he's an inaugural Kirby Award winner, as well as being a what is it, the book, the National Book Award winner. That's what it was for March.
No, but his style is very there's no one else. I don't look at him and think, oh, he paints like so and so. I mean, his character, his characterizations, his line work, his color choices. I just feel like he's he stands out as an incredibly unique illustrator, and it's when you see his work, you're like, my collection is not complete without a piece by Nate in it. So
I actually got to watch Simone DeMio go over and talk to Nate at OEX this year, and he bought a page from Nate. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome. But yes, congrats, Nick. This is it's just fantastic. I mean, the lighting on it's great. I just love his line work. I mean, I love everything about this piece.
I told Nick this one is so good it's disgusting.
Exactly, and I like Wolverine being the muscle. Just it's just so perfect, absolutely perfect. I love this. So no, I would have picked this one if you hadn't picked it. Where are we going to? Oh, Joe Jusko. Oh, I gotta hit the refresh here.
This one is funny. I saw his name on it and I saw the piece. I'm like, that doesn't look like Joe Jusko. I thought maybe he was trying a new style or something, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I saw it was in his gallery, and I was like, oh, okay.
We might like on here. There we go. So who's the artist though? Mitchell Hooks.
I'd never heard of him. I just really like this. The colors are crazy. That the color on her dress, that yellow behind her. I don't know if that's a case of how you've brought it up a couple of times, the yellow on the paperback covers to kind of make it more draw the eye and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what's going on there, but it definitely stands out.
Nope. No, I agree. I didn't see this piece. I actually haven't seen Joe post on the site in a while, and it looked like he posted some stuff today too. But no, this is it's. I mean, I love book illustration, and you're right.
Oh yeah,
the color on her dress is the thing that caught me when I was going through the thumbnails, because it's just like it's so vibrant.
right.
And no, this is awesome.
Yeah, everything about this, like the detail in the, I guess the glass on the doors there, the glass above the orange part there. Yeah, even that, like the brush strokes that you can see in the darker parts, you know, the shadowy bits. This is just really awesome.
Yeah. Michael says this is a day after scanning his art. Well, it's kind of the shape of his corner box art, I guess, in a weird way.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there's the published piece. Okay.
The unfinished
It
clue.
totally changes the color on that one. Or
Yeah, yeah. It's not nearly as vibrant.
No. What do we got here? Next up, we have Joe Salgado. Here we go.
Yeah, dude, talk about bricks. Like, holy crap.
I know. Oh my goodness.
But just the level of detail on this, like all the little AC units, the bricks, the shading, like the line on the Billy Club, like that's very like Casada-esque almost, you know.
Mhm.
And then just the hashing on the figure, like this is just fantastic.
When did they say what the size is on this? I'm wondering. No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. I mean, my gosh, the amount of bricks thrown on this thing, I would go crazy. I'd give up.
Yeah, this looks like it had to have taken him days, you know, but
Yeah, and it has that like black and white photo kind of quality.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
somebody walking through this dark alleyways of New York in the late 50s, early 60s, taking black and white photographs.
Mhm.
Just that much detail.
Yep.
It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I even like the the imbalanced windows here. I mean, it doesn't look real, but it adds just to the the visual fun that this piece has. I mean, I would it's the subtle things like that that just make it even more interesting.
For sure.
Even the fire escapes their landings aren't on the same level from the one side to the other. It's perfect. I love
Yep.
it.
Asymmetric.
Exactly. And this is in Victor Ortiz's calf gallery. Well, okay, you know what? He's being watched by Zero. So here, we're gonna fix that right there.
Yeah.
The first one to watch Victor Ortiz. He's been on the site. See, like just again, 3 years on calf. I mean, literally 3 years on calf. July
Yep.
2023 to start, and it looks like he just started posting art.
Hey,
Don't know why. Again, it's great. Hey,
we
everybody,
hope he posts more.
welcome to the site. Let's see here. We are going to again. I don't-
Okay. So this is a fun one.
All right, scrolling up. Here we go.
So this person joined CAF in June of this year. They have 27 pieces in their gallery. All of them are in a sketchbook. You can see the spiral, the ring on it, right?
Okay.
So all 27 of them are in a sketchbook. The name of the sketchbook is Nursing Sketchbook. It's all characters as nurses. There's Nurse Rocket Raccoon, Nurse Swamp Thing, Nurse Beetlejuice. I
did not see
absolutely,
this.
I picked Nurse Venom because that one made me laugh the hardest.
Uh-huh.
I think it might have been the first one I saw. There's even Nurse Ratched from that movie. I just blanked out. Somebody in the chat, please tell me what movie Nurse Ratched was in. But yeah, look at the Ewok. That one's for Jeff Wedding, Nurse Yubnub.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my, Nurse Rocky, of course.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see here.
Nurse Evil Hamburger.
Oh yeah, Nurse Ratched. From
One
shoot.
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's
Yes,
it. Thank you guys. Thank you. I
Oh my
blanked
gosh.
out.
Oh, the
Yeah, look
baby
at the Nurse
animation.
Rocket.
Oh my goodness. Well, everybody, you can have a theme. You can have, this is crazy. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Oh, the
This-
Clunan is awesome too. My gosh, this is great.
Yeah, The Witcher. Like, how cool is that?
You got Zoe Thorogood in here too.
Yep. Look, there's the Beetlejuice.
Oh,
I like how the sandworm has a little hat too.
Oh my. This is great.
The
Wow.
nurse,
Can you
more.
imagine what's out there? Because you know a lot of people, if they're only going to Heroes and they're doing the sketchbooks, those are the kind of people that don't gravitate to CAF, unfortunately.
Right.
But just imagine the artwork that's out there.
Yeah.
It's nursing. There's somebody who's who's an auto mechanic who like just wants everybody to be holding a wrench. I don't know.
Right.
This is great.
Scroll down to the one on the bottom right there, the Nurse Toad. I love the full outfit on that one, Nurse Mr. Toad.
Yeah,
look at the outfit. That's so great.
That is funny. That is wonderful.
Yeah, so I saw this was their whole CAF gallery, and I gave them a watch, and I want to see if they post more nurses. I love this one.
I'm gonna watch their CAF gallery now too.
Hell yeah.
Let's see, we're gonna get it up to 3 now. All right.
I don't know who the third person is, but
yeah, I forget. I think we give away for you to see who watches it, but I don't think we allow you to see who's watching somebody else's. Huh?
Well, I think I know a guy that could probably get that information.
Yeah. Oh man, I know this next piece. This was a Comic Art Live purchase here.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tatiana was selling this one, and Wayne picked it up.
I didn't know that. So this is one that, as I'm scanning, I did my process for picks this time was a little bit different. I opened a whole new browser window, and I had the one on the art, I went back to the early to, the previous Monday or whatever. And I was just going backwards. And any time I saw something in thumbnail form that I thought was interesting, that it had potential as a pick, I just right click, said new tab. And I went all the way through. I didn't look at it bigger until I was done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went through each tab, and some of them I was like, oh, that's crap. And I closed it immediately, But like when I was going through the smaller, the thumbnails, this one just stood out because of the color. Right. And then when I went back and looked at it, I was like, holy crap. The textures, like the fur on the tiger, the fur on the black cat, like the subtle reflections of the red from the carpet and the pillows and the fur of the black cat is amazing to me. The lights, the little whatever the decoration hanging from the light there, like there's just so much about this that is so amazing.
The artist is Winona Nelson, another IX artist that she exhibits every year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and she's phenomenal.
Well, so I clicked on her name to look how much of her art was on CAF, and it was this and one other piece, and then that made me kind of sad.
That is very true. I don't know why that is, because I've never bought a piece from her, but but her artwork is absolutely amazing, and the themes and kind of the motifs that she uses. So she would be another one like Michael Hayes to do some image searching on. You'll be really happy.
Okay.
Her work it's just fantastic, and she's
very
very nice person.
This one just blew me away. Like there's no way I couldn't pick this one.
Nope, I agree. I think, did I get to see this one? I think she bought this one at IX, so I get to see this one in person there. It's gorgeous. So Wayne, you're a lucky man.
Yeah, good job, Wayne.
Wayne says the black cat makes the piece.
I kind of agree. The black cat is fantastic.
Yeah, that's the way all my cats always looked. Too content. But yes, great pickup, and as Peter Rowe just said, amazing painting picks, Newell. So
yeah, let's see Snork top that.
Yeah, that's Snork would pick this one. Now this next one. This is your last one.
I saved it for last on purpose.
You did. You definitely did. Let me hit refresher so it's in dark mode. Yeah. So I think everybody knows we're in Seamus's CAF gallery. So this will make Seamus happy. That the Naked Cable by Ron Boutin has made it to the weekly picks. So why did you pick this one, Newell?
Well, you got so squeamish about it when you opened it during when you're unboxing mystery sketches. I think I called you a coward in the chat because you wouldn't show it off.
I was a coward. I saw he put a screenshot of me holding the artwork as part of it. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, did you read the description?
I did not, but yeah, I saw that right there.
The description is actually really good. He talks about how it took 2, 3, 4 different tries. He was told, "Oh, we can't do that, or we got to find somebody." And then, yeah, and then finally he said Tatiana told him maybe one of her artists would do it, and then eventually Jiggy contacted him, and he wrote up the whole long thing. And I just think it.
Yeah, I
it's
kind
a
of screwed
fun-
it up. Yeah, we couldn't get anybody to do it the first couple times.
Yeah.
And then Tatiana, I think when we were doing an unboxing show in the fall, she said, "Oh, I could get somebody to do it." And so luckily, I mean, it came in, and when I was doing the assignments, I really don't look. That's the thing, and I should have been, because I should have known it was there. But I randomly assigned it to Jiggy without.
Okay.
I meant to send it to Tatiana
Okay.
specifically, which I would never do, but I
Yeah.
wanted to do that. I screwed it up, but then I realized it, and I contacted Jiggy, and this is in the backstory. I'm like, Jiggy, oh my God, I sent you the naked cable. I totally meant to send that to Tatiana. Can I, let's just take it out and let me send it to, and he's like, oh no, Rambutan said he can do this one. So he's
Awesome.
got it. And I'm like, all right,
Well,
we've turned this down a couple times already. So
Yeah, and that's the other thing that I absolutely love is that Rambutan took it on and did a great job. Like I love so Rambutan's commissions tend to have really detailed backgrounds, lots of little details and like Easter egg type things in there. They're very colorful. This one being a mystery sketch, it doesn't have all of that. So they get to focus on the figure. And I love that they just took it and did it like something that you would see come out of a life drawing class, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Straight life drawing pose there.
Yep. And instead of being, it's Cable, they could have done some weird telekinesis stuff. They could have done, they could have done pouches. They could have focused on like a cybernetic arm or whatever. But they were just like, you know what? Let's just draw a dude,
That's what they got.
And then I love the tube sock. That's just such a fun little detail.
It is. When I saw that, I was like, oh boy, that's I had no idea what to expect. And
Yep.
Yeah. James says that I didn't read the comments on this one, James.
There's some good comments.
Let's see, where's James? The sock is a perfect touch. James says, well, I guess he gets his genetics from genes. Oh boy. But yeah, perseverance paid off in this case for Seamus. So
I
congrats.
hope we get a slew of nude male character requests for Cal going forward.
Well, hopefully I don't have to open them live on stream like I did in this case. But there you go, everybody. That's the first nude male artwork I think we've had on the channel. And
if you're curious, everybody, the full picture is there and the additional images. You can go see Cable's Cable.
Exactly. So, but the wish fulfilled for Seamus. We've checked that box off. On to mine. My pieces are probably mundane compared to everything that.
That's okay. Everybody's gonna need to cool down after the Cable.
That's right. All right. So it's cool down time. So we have a Fantastic Four roast page. Very fun book. John Buscema, Joe Sinnott. Just fun stuff here. You get Dr. Doom. Look, he says wrong. Camel breath. I mean, that's
was this on Heritage or something recently? I think maybe.
I think it was
because it looks familiar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was there, or maybe
it was Cal.
I don't think it was Cal. I
Okay.
know, well, maybe he mentions it, but either way, I mean, any roast kind of book is good. But come on, this is Doom. I mean, he's up there, he's shouting. I mean, this is greatness. Buscema Sinnott. At the end of the day, what's funny is Michael McIsaac. He's got an eclectic taste.
Oh, yeah, he said he got it from Heritage.
Okay, good. Yeah,
thanks, Michael.
But let me look at it. I mean, even these last two panels when everybody's bored as hell. I mean, it's just so good.
I remember seeing that one and just laughing at the camel breath comment. Like that's pretty funny. But no, yeah, that's a fantastic page. So you get a lot of characters.
Yeah, so he likes the roast stuff. I learned he likes a few. Well, Michael, if you probably haven't posted that stuff you told me you were going to post, so I won't mention the other title that you're into. But it all makes sense. It's like he loves these offbeat things from this era, as many of us did. It was like we got a nice diversion from the standard comic book fare with these roast books and Hembeck coming in. It was just the right era for comedic books to come out that So he said not yet. So I won't say anything. But you got to do it soon, man. You're trying. I asked because I think I said something to him about a title. I'm like, there's not a lot of this out there, and he's like, that's because I've been buying it all up. I'm like, yes,
Oh.
be. What he got was something I even thought about. Like, I'm like, I might want to buy that before the show even starts. That's cool. So anyway, great pickup, Michael. I'm a huge fan of this era, and look at this is great. Then and Lance Suarez is, I mean, he's definitely got Travis locked up somewhere. But I just thought this was
Yeah, he
fun
does.
because a lot of times Travis, I mean, with his color palette, he would do something different in the background. I like the fact that this thing is all blue. I mean, it's a daring thing to kind of try to pull off, and he does a pretty good job of it. I mean, the yellow outline and glow around the character kind of helps separate him from that. But
I think
Yeah.
it was also daring because this is not thick enough to be absolute Batman.
that's right. Or his head needs to be a little smaller. But either way, it works. This is Travis putting his his spin on it.
Mhm.
And I mean, I still don't know how he gets that smooth. It's like gouache, right? I mean, it's just these smooth, flat.
I don't know, but it's beautiful.
He is incredibly talented, and
Mhm.
Lance has picked up a lot of pieces by Travis. Absolutely.
Do you think he keeps Lance and Mannix or Travis and Mannix in different rooms, or do you think he puts them in just one room?
Oh, I don't know. Probably separate. He's got to separate them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get enough work done if they were together.
They might try to break out.
Exactly. They don't know the other one's just on the other side of the door. Airbrush, shouts Marcus. Does Travis use airbrush? I don't think he uses airbrush. I mean, he could, I guess. It's got that feel, but and it could be a cover. Yeah, you never know. Who's Calf Gallery? Oh, Alex Garcia. Alex, I saw in the chat earlier. Oh, I'm still in light mode. Sorry, everybody. Refresh. There we go. I just, I love the novelness of this cover. I mean, I made it the show graphic, both Ghost Riders charging at you, 50th anniversary cover. I just think it's just awesome. I've always liked the Ghost Rider as a character.
Yeah.
Never collected it too much, and certainly not the Cowboy Ghost Rider. But
Right.
I thought this was great. I mean, it's covers were simpler back in the day, where you could do something like this and it'd be okay. You have that could be a nurse right there.
Yes,
ushering
there's
them in.
Ghost Rider.
So I think this is just a fantastic piece. And we had Alex on not too long ago. I mean, he has one heck of you got great taste, Alex, and you have one hell of a collection. You're a great artist. And I just thought this was a cool piece to see in your collection. I love it. I mean,
I like seeing the two different styles of I was reading the comment. The two different styles of Ghost Rider side by side. I think that looks just really cool.
Yeah. No, I'm totally with you there.
1 horsepower versus, I don't know, 40 motorcycle.
Yeah, exactly. Rich says Frazetta did the best Cowboy Ghost Rider covers. But yeah, I'll give you that. Definitely. But anyway, I thought this was great, and it's definitely in a worthy collection. Alex Garcia. All right, a couple more here from me. So I always like Adam stuff. This is Adam Kubert and Dan Green inks. So what was it from though? I always forget. Oh, Weapon X. That's right. So I mean, nobody drew his hair quite like in this era. I just think it's crazy, and I didn't read these when they came out. I read them after the fact, and so I really felt like I was kind of discovering, Adam at that time, because I just wasn't really, I hadn't read a lot by him before that, and his artwork always really intrigued me. So I was seeing his stuff before Andy, and again, I love the way he draws Wolverine. Just always have, and I think this is just a great piece.
Well, so I remember reading X-Men back in the day, and I think I just missed Jim Lee. And so I came on around the time that Andy was on X-Men and Adam was doing Wolverine. And so I got to kind of see both of them at the same time.
Yep. Yeah. This is
That's
good.
a good one.
Age of Apocalypse.
Yep.
And Larry Hamm, I always forget that he wrote for that. Anyways, here's get my like on there, and Kareem El Rafe has struck again. He has a lot of X art in his calf gallery.
Okay.
So I hate having to refresh the dark mode on all these, but I will continue. So this is Javier Guerin. This is in George Hodge's calf gallery.
Okay.
No guitars present on this artwork. It is a cover from Weapon X Traction. Oh, poster and promo. And an incredible. Okay, no idea. I just thought the gore on this one was great. I want to see more gore when I was looking at this. I'm like,
No, this is a good one.
He's got a, I want to see like some of Deadpool's guts kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
I guess we have a little like slice here, but I want to see some intestines starting to pop out. I mean, come on, you got this
Oh,
gaping
man.
hole in his in a Wolverine's shoulder, but
Yeah, but he'll get better.
he will. But I mean, compositionally, this is a great face-off cover. I mean, a lot of times you show more of the figure. I love the fact that you're really getting him from like mid-shoulder forward, and the focus is on the damage both of these guys have done to each other. So I just thought this was a great drawing. At the end of the day, I'm a fan. Oh, Marcus. Anyway. I love it. I love the the line work on this thing is beautiful.
Yeah, I like Javier's work a lot. This is a really good cover.
Yeah. And the more I'm looking at it, I think it's great. So Mr. Hodge, well done.
George knows his stuff.
He does. He definitely does. And I guess I picked a couple Wolverine things here. Here's another one. So this is
I saw that one. Yeah.
What is it? Angel Unzeta. The funny thing was when I first saw it, I was like, is this like a Fastener Larson piece or something? Because the quality of the I don't know, the painting is very much like I would expect from Fastener Larson. So I was kind of surprised when it wasn't. And then the more I looked at it, I really thought it was a really decent drawing. I mean, or painting. I think that there was a lot of process pieces here. So let's see. He's using it's not. It's all. He's just got such a subtle style with his work. That's just amazing.
That's crazy.
Huh?
You can't hang that one up.
No, not in my house. Holy crap! Well, look, he does have Copics here, so he must. It's all mixed.
That's probably like the mist or the steam or whatever that is. Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
That's really nice though.
It is really nice. I mean, I'm curious, about. It made me want to know more about the artist, but I didn't do a search.
I've seen the name before.
Well, they have 211 pieces on calf, so
yeah.
Okay. I remember the Storm pinup.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm kind of who they rep by. I wonder. Oh, let's look at that Dr. Doom.
Oh wow.
Oh, the Green Room. Okay, that must be why.
Dude, that one's cool.
Shoot.
I like the bird.
Yeah.
But look at the way his cape is just out there flowing. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is all right. I'm gonna pull this tab out. Look at the work more.
I think that the Wolverine piece there, I think that was one of my like 45 tabs that was in contention. So I'm glad you picked that one.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to pull this tab. I know me. Whenever I see too many tabs, I do end up just closing it and forgetting.
That one was definitely in contention as well.
Yeah, I like this one. It's funny, if it wasn't for the frame, the red outline on the frame, I might not have picked it. There was something about that, having that matte with the piece that it made me like it more. And this is in Alonso's, right? Yeah, it's in Luis Alonso's calf gallery. Yep. So I wish it was a bigger image, but yeah, I don't know if I would have. But the matting on this thing the color complements. It's almost the same red as the Daredevil costume. It works, and it makes the image more striking because I think it's everything around him is cold and muted. It's well lit, but it just it's tonally there's just not a lot there. This red outline just draws you in. I mean, it makes the piece so much more dynamic.
Yeah. Well, and I like how the gargoyle and the wall behind him, like it almost looks like it's done in a completely different style than Daredevil, Right. There's so much more detail because there's just more to the stone and the texture of it. And he seems a little bit more smoother. So it kind of makes a more of a visual difference between the two. And I think that makes Daredevil stand out even more.
True. And people in the chat were mentioning the same thing. Gargoyle's too perfect. And stone. And yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. The gargoyle literally looks like it was chiseled. You know, it
Yeah.
has that like textured feel, and Daredevil's in a spandex costume. So you're right. I mean, that's the way it should be. But
Right.
I don't know if I would have picked it if it wasn't for the mat. And that just shows you that sometimes, you know, presentation plays a part
Absolutely.
in how we perceive the artwork.
Absolutely.
So congrats, Lewis. He got a real good one here.
Lewis has a lot of good stuff.
He does. He definitely does. 3 more to go. So let's see, who am I in here? Oh, Jason's Calf Gallery. Eddie Barrows. This is from DPS from Superman. Let me switch to dark mode. I'm sorry, everybody. I'll try to remember not to do that again. I really, really, really like the way the rain is drawn throughout this thing. The first panel is obviously just dynamic and in your face and everything. But I mean, I really even like that the second panel, just really, you know, the cityscape. But
Oh yeah, it gives you like almost like an outline of the buildings.
yeah, exactly. So the rain and the storm is carried through every panel. It's just done really well, and I really like Barrow's work a lot. I wish they were
Yeah.
working in Marvel properties, but every time I see a Barrow's piece, I'm impressed by his skills. I really think he's an incredibly talented illustrator, and yeah, I just wish he was doing stuff for Marvel.
And this is very timely with the Supergirl there.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I expect to see a lot of Captain America artwork pop up this weekend thanks to the 4th of July, right? That's when Alberto rolls out the big stuff.
Alberto doesn't wait. He needs the attention.
That may be true. I would never say that to his face.
Alberto, we know you're an attention whore.
But he does have some good art. But anyways, Barrow stuff. I love Barrow's things a lot. And it's funny, sometimes when I like somebody, I shy away from picking their the artwork, and I do that. I know I do it a lot because there's a fair amount of Barrow's work on Calf for sale or otherwise, and I skip it a lot. But there was just the rain, something about this piece really spoke to me, and I had to pick it.
I don't remember seeing this one, but this is a good one. I like it.
That's why we do these picks. Can't see everything on Calf.
It would be very difficult to do.
Now who's this? Oh, Jim Warden posted this piece. This is Doom 4. I don't even know what Doom 4 is. I mean, it was an Image book, right? So Image is Mark Frisella and Danny Mickey inks, and to me, it's like this is like everything this is so 90s.
It
just screams 90s. The costumes. I mean, this
90s excess.
Right, it's chock full of stuff, and the heavy Jim Lee influence and the way the line work is done. You know, it's a part of an era. So I know nothing about the book or the characters.
Yeah,
even though I didn't even read a lot in the 90s, it makes me it's just perfect. And
well, it feels like every Image book at this point looked like this, right?
It did, right. But I love it. I really do. And you know, this is in Warden's collection. I mean, you think he's probably had this thing for forever. I mean, he was a buyer back in the mid and early 90s.
Right.
And he's picking all this stuff up for fairly decent prices and probably direct from a lot of the artists too. So it's cool that he's posting this stuff. He's been on a tear for like ever since OAX, posting so much new artwork to the site, and I just think it's great. I mean,
and even selling some to cool people like me.
What did you? Oh, that's right. You got the Stingray. That's
the splash page, yeah.
Optioned by Spielberg. All right. What do we got here? One more piece, right? Okay. Yeah, this was a mystery sketch.
Yeah. Really?
You know, I had to pick this one. This is in Josh Flanders' Calf. It's got a big skull, but come on. I mean, Anakin, you know, I'd heard of his name before, but I wasn't following him. Kazra was telling me about him. He's followed his work for a long time as a graffiti artist, and so I think his choice of color palette, you know, really is diverse thanks to the things he's done in the past. And man, he's just great. I know Tatiana recently opened up a commission list for him. I think
yesterday or the day before. Yeah.
Yep. And I just think his style is cool, and I can't wait to see
this is beautiful. This was definitely, I almost picked this one. I was like, no, I picked something from him last time. I think I picked one of the ones he did for Rich.
You did that.
Yep.
That's right. Well, there's not
So-
enough work of his, on CAF. So this
Yeah.
one's just, it's phenomenal. And so I'm glad he's working with Tatiana. I think that
I think there was one more piece he did that was in this week's stuff, but this is the one that really stood out.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember what the other one was,
I
but
don't remember.
I love the hand's huge, but it works, like that.
Oh yeah, the perspective. Yeah,
He's playing around with things here. He's playing around with color, and
the colors are just mind-boggling. I love them.
I agree. Now you're gonna make me want to click on his link and see see what the other piece was. Hey, Charles Holbert is in here. He's reminding us he's with Mr. Anakin on the TV art team.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah, when I saw that the commission list was open, I was like, oh man, do I want to make a bad decision?
Oh, you can never make a bad decision. Oh, that's right. The Invincible piece was
That
really
was the
nice.
one. Yep.
But the Ghost Rider that Rich Cirillo picked up.
No, I picked the Magic, I think, but yeah, or one of those two. I don't know.
No, you did the Ghost Rider. The Magic is equally as
No,
good.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But I mean, look at that! Holy smokes!
Yeah, I mean, again with the colors
and the composition, he's like not afraid to like mess around here.
Yeah, no, you're right. I wouldn't have picked this one because I'm anti-magic. There's too much magic on CAF.
There is a lot of magic.
I don't need to show it off anymore.
Yeah, no, that was
oh yeah,
that's a good piece.
Yeah. No, his work's great. I can't believe that the one that Josh got is a mystery sketch. That's wild.
Right. No, it made me I didn't get on Tatiana's team's list at all. I mean, and I was like, after I saw a couple of these, I was like, shoot, I missed out. But no, this is great. It's always great to bring fresh art talent to CAF. And I mean, there's only 5 pieces on the site by Anakin, but now that he's doing commissions and whatnot, hopefully we'll see more pieces on the site.
For sure.
Yep.
No, yeah, I know, Charles. I know. I just gotta make it happen.
Well, we did it. Less than it didn't hit midnight. 2:51.
That's right. We're professionals.
Very true. Very true. So, well, enjoy your 4th. You doing anything fun at all? Going to see some fireworks?
No plans.
No.
No.
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot here in Central Florida either. There's a fireworks stand on every street corner.
I can imagine.
So
yeah, people around here have to go to North Carolina to get fireworks.
Yeah, no, not down here. It's you wouldn't want to be smoking around here because yes, you would ignite something and it would be awful. But hey, Dan Goodwin, looking forward to seeing you next weekend at IC3.
We'll see you down in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I'll bring Dan some sketch cards, so he'll get some from the IC3 Jacksonville. I was going to hand them off. I know that I think I've got some older IC3 things here as well, so I'm going to give him some stuff to take home with him. And yeah, maybe well, Dan, you got to send me an update to let me know what kind of stuff you're bringing to IC3, so we can pimp it for you. But I know we're going to get to see the poster art, which I'm really looking forward to.
I'm excited to see the poster art.
I think everybody's going to love it. All right, Newell. Well, you'd stand with me while we say goodbye to everybody. So thank you for hanging out with us. Always a pleasure. We don't have any programming till next Monday with the Heritage Preview. So enjoy your holiday weekend. Post new artwork to CAF. You're going to see me post my X-Men artwork to CAF this weekend. And yeah, we've been seeing a lot of an uptick in art being posted of late. Maybe it's the summer months. I don't know, but it's been a lot of fun. It makes our job a lot harder.
People are staying inside in the AC and got nothing better to do than scan art.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Take care.
Keep your fingers, kids.
I was just going to say the same thing. Take it easy, everybody. We'll see you next week.